fresh for everyone.
Make the play of the day right at the pump. When you stop at Arco, you're getting quality top-tier gas for less. And that's one for the highlight reel. Take the win at Arco. Savings based on independent retail price survey.
The team upgraded at the trade deadline. You deserve an upgrade too. Yakima Legends Casino Hotel invites you to road trip across the mountains for a luxurious, spacious room, live entertainment, and the brand new Sage Spa. Listen to the ball game on your drive over as you arrive to celebrate the summer of games. Over $350,000 in cash and prizes, live boxing, music, and comedy in the event center. Make this summer legendary. LegendsCasino.com. Your new favorite road trip. Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
What if Alaska Air could take you further, like all the way to Asia?
Swing and a hit. This ball's flying out of the park, folks.
Now that Hawaiian has joined Alaska, there's even more of the globe you can explore. Now you can fly nonstop from Seattle to Tokyo and Seoul. So start booking some vacation days and fly from our home field to the world. Book now at alaskaair.com.
Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend is on deck at T-Mobile Park. Don't miss Ichiro Jersey Night, Friday, August 8th, presented by Sato. His number retirement ceremony Saturday, August 9th, and replica plaque day Sunday, August 10th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro. Whatever temperatures this summer brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training, and skills are backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. So whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new cooling system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. For a dealer near you, visit BryantNorthwest.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Fireside Home Solutions, a great Pacific Northwest company. I've been thrilled working with them. I know you will too. Whether you need a new fireplace, a garage door, or outdoor barbecue, Fireside Home Solutions is the call you need to make. They offer a free in-home consultation, or go see a showroom, Portland, Auburn, Spokane, and Bellevue, or online at firesidehomesolutions.com. Hey, and don't forget, Matt and John are big Mariner fans too.
This is Mariners Baseball on Seattle Sports on 710 and Seattle Red on 770.
We are settling in for what we hope is an absolutely enjoyable afternoon.
It's time to honor another Teacher of the Week with a $500 classroom grant courtesy of your local credit union, WSECU.
This week's Teacher of the Week is Sean Harlow from Surprise Lake Middle School in Milton. Congratulations, and thank you to WSECU for honoring this year's Teacher of the Week recipients.
Great teachers truly inspire. To see this year's Teachers of the Week, visit mynorthwest.com/teacher.
Looking for an epic summer night in Seattle? Be here for the Mariners Drone Show at T-Mobile Park, Friday, August 22nd, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
It is grand salami time! Cal Raleigh with a
his third grand slam of the season.
The team is taking on the A's at 7:10, and after the game, we'll be lighting up the sky with hundreds of drones, celebrating Mariners icons past and present. Don't miss out on a jaw-dropping post-game show.
He got him. He puts him away, and the ball game is over. Another phenomenal save by Andres Munoz.
Head to Mariners.com to grab your seats and see the full lineup of special events, including Kids Appreciation Day Sunday, August 24th, and the Logan Gilbert Funko Pop giveaway September 8th to 10th. Plus, check out a great slate of marquee interleague matchups against the Padres, Cardinals, and Dodgers.
Julio clubs this deep out to left field and gone. Julio for the second time.
Mariners baseball. Tridents up.
Three Tree Roofing is stepping up to the plate for your roof replacement this season. Give them a call at 206-312-ROOF to schedule your free on-site estimate and get $500 off your roof replacement. Three Tree Roofing's estimators meet with you to come up with a custom plan for your roof replacement and leave you with an estimate in that same appointment. No games or no high-pressure sales tactics. Give them a call at 206-312-ROOF or visit 3treeroofing.com for your free estimate. Three Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Plan your next getaway at Swinomish Casino and Lodge, where you can experience all we have to offer. Explore the action on the casino floor with over 650 of the hottest slots and exciting table games. Enjoy fresh seafood and authentic flavors of the Pacific Northwest at 13 Moons Restaurant. Then wake up in one of our 98 cozy rooms to breathtaking views of Mount Baker and Padilla Bay. Book your stay today at Swinomish Casino and Lodge, where you can truly explore it all. Must be 18 to play, 21 to book a room.
Keep your summer fun going in the family-sized Toyota Highlander or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander with 3 different powertrains and a full-size third row. Now through September 2nd, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.99 APR financing or 5.99 on new Highlander and Grand Highlander hybrids. Subject to approved credit through TFS. A negotiable doc fee of up to $200 may be added. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Over 16,000 people in the greater Seattle area are homeless. Calvin is one of many who found a new life through Seattle's Union Gospel Mission.
I started using drugs while I was 14, and for the next 15 years, my life was a mess. I was addicted and homeless. The mission gave me the strength I needed to leave my past behind and start a new life with God. I am so grateful for the restoration of my life.
And grace will lead me home.
Be inspired. Volunteer or donate at ugm.org.
The grounds crew is on the field putting the final finishing touches on, spraying down the infield a little bit. The roof is extended. We're starting to see the sun come out a little bit. We're also seeing a little bit of wind as well. So still a little bit of chill in the air, but that's just fine. We're used to that. And, man, where the Mariners are going, okay, I just saw, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Shane Smith warming up just hit his coach. I'm thinking that might have been intentional, but yeah, don't see that every day. But what I was saying, with the upcoming road trip, we are going to appreciate the cool that we have right now. You got Baltimore, New York, and Philadelphia coming up. And once we get past this weekend, and you're not going to want to miss this weekend, Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend with the Rays coming into town, it is going to be fantastic. Of course, we are focused on what is coming up here in less than 20 minutes, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. But we do need to step away and take a look at the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. With 5 unique trims and available TurboMax engine, the 2025 Colorado is your rugged and ready-for-anything partner. Here's the deal. Mariners are one of just 4 games that are taking place today. One is already in the books. The Athletics beat the Nationals 6-0. In D.C., A's have been playing some good ball of late. Coming up later will be the Reds and Pirates squaring off in Pittsburgh, and the Marlins and the Braves have a contest that's set to go at 4:15 as well, and that is all.
Today the world smiles at
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Alan Roden! And hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Casino.com starting on August 8th, the expanded non-gaming floor, the destination spa, the big new entertainment space and convention center, new restaurants as well. They're combining effortless style with the utmost in relaxation. Go to snocasino.com for details. Seattle's closest, now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
The best defense is a good offense. So before the sewer backs up into your home and wreaks havoc, stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is there for you when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Hey, Ems fans. Rick Witters, owner of Cressy Door. Cressy Door has been servicing homes and commercial buildings since 1952. If you need garage doors for your home or building, make sure to call Cressy Door.
He's the best catcher in baseball.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive.
And he's on Seattle Sports, Thursday afternoons all season long. It's the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
More history for Cal Raleigh.
I love being here and all these fans in the city.
Catch every episode of the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show, presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, the Seattle Sports app, and seattlesports.com.
Adventures taste better with Lone River Lemonade Splash. Little bit of lemon, just 100 calories. Lone River Lemonade Splash Hard Seltzer.
You don't have to go out west to experience it. Just crack open a Lone River Ranch Water. It's a hard seltzer made with organic agave nectar and lime juice. 80 calories, 0 grams of sugar. Lone River Ranch Water.
Pick up a 12-pack of Lone River Ranch Water at your local supermarket today, and please drink responsibly.
Hi, everybody. Rick Riz here. Come to Sandberg Volvo in Linwood for an unbelievable selection of new and certified Volvos, plus a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles in every make and model. Sandberg Volvo is the only consistent Excellence Award winner in the entire Pacific Northwest for customer service. Enjoy valet service and free towing, plus an exclusive lifetime warranty on parts and labor with any service visit. It's a quick drive from anywhere. Sandberg Volvo in Linwood or visit SandbergVolvoCars.com.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate with the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever. You can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, college students, Safeway is giving you 5% off. That's right. Junior colleges, tech schools, universities. Just verify your student ID in the app. Unlock exclusive deals and shop on the app or in person. Better yet, subscribe to Fresh Pass to get free delivery and other special offers. Remember, if you use EBT, Fresh Pass is 50% off and you get savings on fresh produce. For all the details, visit Safeway.com/4U. That's Safeway.com/FOR in the letter U.
This is Mariners Baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
It is the Mariners pregame show brought to you by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Aaron Goldsmith and Ryan Rowland-Smith. Hyphen Mariners going for the sweep today. And, man, the last couple of games against the White Sox, some really good starting pitching, just a ton of offense. 8 runs the last 2 games. And really for the last week, the Mariners have just been mashing home runs. They're averaging about 2 homers a game. And you think about this kind of new order, new look lineup for the M's. I mean, if you were out there on the mound, how are you navigating through, in particular, the top 6 on any given day for the Mariners?
It's tough. It's that relentless lineup in a situation where you get through a Cal Raleigh and you get that big strikeout, even though he has been scuffling a little bit, and then you turn around and you say, okay, I can't make mistakes right now to Julio. Oh, by the way, right behind him. So it can be tough. There's really no breathing room, and you can tell. Jonathan Cannon, classic example of this last night. First of all, there's an element of some distraction going on the bases, but
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball, and there's a flying bat.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Catcher number 21, Yainer Diaz.
You got Cole Young and then Canzone. So there's really no breathing room. And not to mention too, look, you've got a situation where Cole Young you haven't quite built that full scouting report against him because he's still kind of making his first run through the big leagues. And the pressure, you mentioned the pressure too. They're the guys you got to take care of because once you flip it over, it's just an absolute gauntlet as we're seeing at the top of the line.
It is pretty wild when you think about the course of 162, and guys get hot, they go cold, they have slumps, they have hot spurts. And right now, I mean, I can't think of another time this year where the Mariners have had more guys swinging it well, top to bottom of the order, than the Mariners. I know you mentioned Cal's been in a little bit of a rut. JP, the same thing until he's had 2 really big home runs on this homestand. So, and Cal drove in 2, was on base a couple of times yesterday. But it's so hard to find 6 guys at one time swinging it, and the Mariners have at least that right now in the order.
Yeah, and think about it too, right? When we were out playing the Athletics in Sacramento, you had JP who was struggling at the top of the lineup, and you had Cal who was struggling in the middle there. Well, now all of a sudden you got JP hitting 7th because you got these 2 new additions. Who's now JP, who's now having a huge homestand right now. It looks just like he did pre the struggles, and around Cal Raleigh now you've got all these bats around that is just an absolute support system for the guy who is slowly starting to try and figure it out. So, man, it makes it extremely difficult. But what a time for them to start figuring this out collectively and have that balance too. And then, again, I know you guys probably talked about on the TV side a bunch. We talked about it all night last time. Just the stolen base factor, man, for so many different reasons, because you got a team that relies so heavily on the home run ball, 49% of the runs. But now you have to protect against that. And looking at this from a pitcher's perspective, when you are a Jonathan Cannon last night and who got knocked out of that game early, and you got a situation where you've got a Josh Naylor who can swipe a bag because of some of the things that you're doing, not because of speed,
right?
Not because Boomy's going to take off, because things that you're doing, that gets in the back of the head, and guess what? The pitch quality just goes down to the guy at the plate. So they're in a really good spot right now. Obviously, the base running's huge, but the fact that you mentioned having so many guys who are hot right now is huge.
Chance for the sweep today. Mariners and the White Sox, brought to you by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Coming up after this timeout.
Mariners pregame has been brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino Resort,
WSECU,
and Three Tree Roofing. Don't go anywhere. First pitch is next.
Nothing says Mariners baseball like the sounds of the game. And nothing prepares you for game day like AM/PM. From ice-cold drinks to hot, tasty snacks, it's the perfect play for Mariners fans on the go. As a proud partner of the Mariners, AM/PM is here to keep you ready for every big play, every home run, and every extra inning snack run. So before first pitch or after a big win, swing by AM/PM, where the lineup is always delicious. AM/PM, too much good stuff.
Keep your summer fun going in the best-selling Toyota Tacoma. Now through September 2nd, get 4.75 APR financing on a powerful new 25 Tacoma. Excludes TRD.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, just when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked in, that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Producer engineer Kevin Kremen. Nice crowd on hand. The Mariners winning again last night by a score of 8-6. They won 8-3 2 nights ago. The offense is rolling 16 runs over the last 2 days and 5 home runs. They're taking their walks, mixing in other hits as well. And good pitching as well. George Kirby last night getting the win. Speaking of pitching, here's the matchup today. Logan Gilbert going for the Mariners, a record of 3-4 with a 3.45 ERA, making his 16th start of the year. And 25-year-old right-hander Shane Smith will get the start for the White Sox. He's 3-7 with a 4.25 ERA. The roof wide open. We're getting ready for baseball. The Mariners looking to try to sweep aside the Chicago White Sox. We'll be back and have a look at this afternoon's starting lineups right after this timeout.
Are you ready to hit a home run with your shopping? Well, look no further than the Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards Program. It's your ticket to win big while you shop. Here's how it works. For every $1 you spend on participating products like Hempler's Bacon and Sun Cruiser, you earn Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards points. Redeem your points all season long for game tickets, T-Mobile Park Concert Series tickets, exclusive merch, and more. Accumulate and redeem these Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards points from April 23rd, 2025 through October 1st, 2025. Participating products are identified with Mariners-themed signs and tags throughout the store. Terms and conditions apply.
The team upgraded at the trade deadline. You deserve an upgrade too. Yakima Legends Casino Hotel invites you to road trip across the mountains for a luxurious, spacious room, live entertainment, and the brand new Sage Spa. Listen to the ball game on your drive over as you arrive to celebrate the summer of games. Over $350,000 in cash and prizes, live boxing, music, and comedy in the event center. Make this summer legendary. LegendsCasino.com, your new favorite road trip. Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
They say teachers don't impact for...
Dom Canzone in right, and batting ninth, the shortstop, is J.P. Crawford. That's today's starting lineups, brought to you by Global Credit Union, where members enjoy benefits like 24/7, 365, personal service, and no-fee accounts. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, strength in members. Mariners taking the field. We'll be back with today's first pitch right after this timeout.
If you're in the construction industry, you know it can be dangerous. Just like on the baseball field, an injury can ruin your season. The Master Builders Association's GRIP program can help make your job site safer and get you money back on workers' comp payments. Since 2012, GRIP members have earned over $214 million in refunds. GRIP also provides expert safety and claim support with a low cost and high refund. It's the best deal in construction. Get started at mbagrip.com. That's mbagrip.com.
ESPN senior MLB insider Jeff Passett.
There are very few players more valuable.
Every Tuesday morning at 8:30 with Brock and Salk.
Than Cal Raleigh is to the Seattle Mariners.
Brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers.
Whatever temperatures this summer brings, your Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant.
Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Well, big right-hander Logan Gilbert going through his warm-up tosses. What a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Some cloudy skies, but the roof is wide open. Time now for the roof report from Three Tree Roofing. It is wide open because of the weather that we have right now in downtown Seattle. Beautiful day out for baseball. The roof report brought to you by Three Tree Roofing, the #1 roofer in Washington. Go to threetreeroofing.com for a free estimate today. Rick Riz along with Ryan Roland Smith, Jay Buhner, and producer-engineer Kevin Kremen sitting for the vacationing Gary Hill Jr. And guys, I'm looking for big things out of the big guy in the mound today, Logan Gilbert.
Yeah, you feel like he's getting far enough removed from that little 7-week IL stint with that elbow. But had a really good month of July, 3.04 ERA. In 5 starts, but looking good. More fastball usage. I love seeing that, too, from big Logan Gilbert.
Jay, welcome back to the booth, buddy. It's great to have you.
Boy, this is an exciting team, isn't it? The last 2 nights, man, and now they got a chance to step on their neck and sweep and keep pounding the strike zone, baby. But everybody, full team effort. So refreshing. And they're stealing bags like the Ricky Henderson out there. It's unreal.
Logan is ready to go. Leading things off, Mike Talkman. Here we go. First pitch of the game on the way. Swing and a miss. And we are underway. Logan, 28 years of age, out of Winter Park, Florida. First-round pick in 2018 out of Stetson University. Man, the Mariners went bingo, 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 bingo with their first-round picks to form this starting rotation year after year. Next offer on the way. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2 on Talkman.
They did a pretty good job this year getting an unbelievable arm. They could be here pretty darn quick.
Cade Henderson out of LSU. Sir. But imagine that run. You get Logan in 2018 out of Stetson. You get George Kirby in 2019 with your first-round pick out of Elon University. And then in 2020, you get Emerson Hancock. He's pitched well. Times he's been up here. The 0-2 to Talkman, and it's low and inside for ball 1. And then in 2021, you get Bryce Miller in the 4th round and Brian Wu in the 6th round.
How about that?
And there's your core.
Yeah, and I mean, you see some of the numbers from Brian Wu coming out of college. And then what about Logan Evans, 12th round pick?
Yeah.
Get him in the 12th, and here he is filling in your rotation.
And they're all throwing 98.
Here's a swing and a fly ball into right field. Backing up is Dom Canzone near the warning track. Canzone is there to make the catch, and there's one away here in the top of the first inning. And the wind is coming in from the left field corner off of Elliott Bay, so the ball may carry a little bit out toward right center field. And Jay, when you played here, did it blow out that way?
Yeah, right center was kind of the little hot spot. Right center and down the left field line. We know center field, it's hard to hit one out in center field.
It's a long way. Here's Lane Sosa with a couple of home runs in the last 2 ball games. Logan ready, the windup. And the pitch on the way to Sosa. It's low and outside for ball 1.
Hey, what year was it when they cut down the trees out there at center field?
Oh, man. Every year we came back, there was a difference hit.
Really?
Yeah.
It was painted green one year and then a different color green. Then they put the trees up, and then it was tough. It was a really tough batter's eye. And now they've got it all figured out. It's pretty awesome now.
They got it right.
Every year there's something different.
What was the toughest for you? Like in those when they kept changing them, what was the toughest backdrop?
I just think the glare.
The glare.
There was a lot, depending on how the sun was.
Right.
There was a glare coming off, and you would lose it in certain places.
Next pitch is strike, 1-1 the count on Sosa. Logan ready, fires away, swing and a miss. A good slider, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I remember with the trees, the arborvitae, they were really tall, but when the wind hit them, it caused a glare. It turned those leaves over.
Yeah. Or it push a gap in between. It was like, man, it's awesome now though.
1 out, nobody on, just underway against
It looked good though, the trees, right?
Oh yeah, it looked pretty, but tough
Very
to see in baseball.
northwest, yeah.
Logan ready, looking for his first strikeout. Now the windup and the 1-2 on the way to Sosa. It's going to be down low. So he missed with a splitter. We're going to see that a lot.
They ended up taking those trees and making bats out of them. So the guy.
2-2 the count on Sosa, right-handed hitter. Gilbert ready. Has the sign from Mitch Garber doing the catching this afternoon. Infield. Ready, here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Making a foul tip into Mitch's glove for strike 3. Sosa took a big hack. The helmet came flying off his head. And there's strikeout number 1 for Logan Gilbert.
Rick, I love this. The fact it's 97. Bayou, Sosa, really aggressive hitter. We've seen the power the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. But the one thing with Logan Gilbert, I mean, you're starting to see that 45% slowly creeping back up with that fastball. I feel like he went slider split. Trust that thing.
Yeah,
backspin that thing.
Yeah. Even though these guys are on the fastball, you still got to challenge them.
2 outs for the White Sox. No score. Here's Andrew Benintendi, left-handed hitter. The pitch swung on, popped up, coming back toward Jay Buhner, and this one is going to drop in front of us.
You just be careful down there, buddy.
I know it.
Please be careful.
I got nailed in my noggin in spring training, man.
Right in the 5 head.
Oh, man. Thank goodness I turned my head around. Big lump in the back of my head. Here's the windup in the 0-1 to Benintendi.
I actually rocked up. The day that happened, I rocked up early flight from Seattle. And everyone I came across went to one of the backfields. Oh, you must be here to fill in for Rick. I'm like, what happened? I had no idea. Everyone thought he was down for the count. Done.
I finished the game.
Man, he finished the game.
He's a rock star.
I had no idea what I was talking about.
Knocked me down on the ground. I told Gary Hill, do the play-by-play.
He's an old player, man. Don't feel no pain.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider, swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2 on Benintendi. You got to play hurt. Right,
no
Jay?
off days.
You got to play hurt.
Some of your best times, best games are when you play hurt.
Look at Kevin Kremen over here. Look.
Yeah.
Going through a lot. He's showing up, helping out Gary. 1-2 the count on Benintendi. Man, I love you guys. This is so much fun to have you both up here. All 3 of you. Here's the windup by Gilbert. And the 1-2 on the way to Benintendi. And here she comes. Inside with a breaking ball 2 balls.
Yeah, the gang's all here, man. All us OG goats.
But
saw Randy Adamak last night, too.
Yeah.
It was good to see him. I mean, it's like awesome. And it's Saturday. We're going to see all sorts of peeps.
I saw my good buddy Weststock here. He was our analyst when I got here, Jay, in 1983. Kevin and I got here. Pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. Benintendi's gone looking at a fastball. And that's going to retire the side. We'll get back to Weststock, my good buddy. 1-2-3 go the White Sox here in the top of the first. Nice start for Logan. We go to the bottom of the first. Home Street Bank score. The White Sox nothing.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
The most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever. You can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Mariners baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Home Street Bank score. The White Sox nothing. Mariners coming up to face 25-year-old right-hander Shane Smith. Here's his first pitch on the way to Randy Arozarena. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Smith 3-7. The windup and the next pitch. Big swing and a miss by Randy. He doesn't get cheated. Smith with a 4.25 ERA, making his 20th start of the year. Rule 5 draft pick by the White Sox off the Brewers roster. back in December. Next offer on the way, low and outside for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Randy hitting .246, 22 home runs, 55 runs batted in. 2020 guy for this 5th consecutive season. Now the windup and the 1-2, swing and a miss at a fastball for strike 3. No, that was a changeup. Seemed like it was harder than that. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Say, friends, come see why everyone visits Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood, the only Excellence Award winner in the entire Northwest. State-of-the-art dealership, amazing selection of new and pre-owned Volvos, because you're going to come in as a friend and leave as part of the family. Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood and SandbergVolvoCars.com. Here's Cal Raleigh, the DH this afternoon. The pitch on the way, a check swing, and he went after it. And the count is 0-1. Guys, what a year for this young man. 42 home runs and 90 runs batted in. It's August the 7th. The look in by Smith, and the 0-1 to Cal, swinging a pop-up. Foul on the third base side near the White Sox dugout. A long run for Baldwin. He's got some room, and he's there to make the catch. It stayed in play, and Baldwin gets over to go get it. And there's 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 1st inning. And here's Julio Rodriguez with a long home run, Jay, in yesterday's ball game. Over the out-of-town scoreboard in left field. He's hitting everything really hard.
He's having a nice August again, isn't he, Ricky? That was a big swing of the bat. Got a little elevation. Got out in a hurry. He's exciting to watch.
And here he is, Julio Rodriguez, with his 21 home runs on the year. Takes a pitch for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 62 RBIs, now batting .254. Since July the 11th, he's hitting .297 with 10 home runs. The windup and the pitch. Swinging a chopper to the right side. Off the mound is the pitcher. Smith has an underhand flip to first, and it's in time to get Julio. And very quickly, the Mariners go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 1st. We go to the top half of the 2nd. Home Street Bank score, the Mariners 0 and the White Sox 0.
Is waiting. Whether you're in the north or the south, they've got you covered. 2 locations, endless possibilities. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. The power of choice is yours. Visit their incredible team and beautiful showrooms today or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Center fielder Luis Robert Jr. will lead off the top half of the 2nd. Home Street Bank score and no score as Gilbert fires away, swinging a pop-up out of play behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. Guys, how exciting was this part of the season for both of you, for Ryan and Jay? You know you got the team that can get to the playoffs. There's, 47 games remaining in the regular season. Logan looks in, has the sign. And now the 0-1 pitch on the way to Robert, swinging a pop-up. That's out of play on the first base side, and the count is 0-2. You can't wait to get to the ballpark.
No doubt about it. Especially when you add the pieces that you added and address the holes that you addressed. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I mean, now it's up to them. They are, on paper, the team to beat. especially all the way across the board. Now it's up to them to go out and do it.
Next offer is down low with the splitter ball. 1-1-2 the count on Robert.
That's a great kind of pressure to have.
Yeah.
Especially too, you get through the month of July, you're starting to fade just a little bit. You feel like you're going through some of those dog days. Then all of a sudden you turn over to August and you start to see that finish line.
Yeah.
They're just a couple months away. You're trying to finish strong.
1-2 pitch is low and outside. Ball 2, 2-2.
Yeah, individually, but also too, if you've got something cooking in regards to the team and the guys you add in, man, it makes such a world of difference. But then you can be on the flip side here with the White Sox, like, man, just don't mail it in. Just keep pushing, keep pushing. It's such a contrast.
Or the Twins, where they basically trade 11 of your teammates.
That's unbelievable. 2-2, swinging a ground ball, foul on the third base side,
which affects the whole organization, guys. I mean, not only does it affect a fan base and your big league team, it affects your A-ball, AA, AAA, and all those guys trying to ham and egg it down there. Boy, that's just brutal.
Gilbert looks in, has a sign from Mitch Garver. Now the windup. The 2-2 again to Robert is inside for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And by getting Naylor, and by getting Suarez, and by getting Caleb Ferguson out there, reliever in the bullpen, I mean, that really sends a nice message inside that clubhouse.
Sure does.
Here's the windup, and now the 3-2 pitch. Swung on. That's fouled out of play off to our right. Count is still 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what else it does. Put some boobies in the seats
yes,
too,
it
doesn't
does.
it?
For sure, yeah.
I mean, now all of a sudden they're like, wow, you're talking about an ownership group that stepped up and put it on the line. I tip my hat to them. Now go win, boys. Let's go.
The other part of this is too, right? Like we talked about this a couple of years ago with Luis Castillo. When they went out and got him, the biggest, the biggest gap there was in the trade market.
Next pitch is outside for ball 4. So Robert with a walk. He's on at first base to lead off the second.
Just remembering what he did in the Rogers Center that first game against the Blue
Shut him out. 4-0.
Man, that was
7 in the third innings. Yeah, the Mariners got Castillo at the trade deadline. Last year they got Randy Arozarena at the trade deadline. They got
Victor.
Yeah, Victor Robles. And
they're going to be getting him back, even though it's not going to be the trade deadline. It's going to feel like it. And Miller and
here's Colton Montgomery swinging a foul on the right field side, and the count is 0-1 on Montgomery, the rookie, batting .245, 8 home runs, and 24 runs batted in. Homered a couple of nights ago. The pitch on the way to Montgomery is down low, and Robert really, with a big lead over at first base, is able to get back. Garver without a throw.
Looks like he got out there and lost his footing a little bit. Looks like it's still a little wet out there, so good thing there's a lefty in the box right there, so he can't get back picked as easy.
Robert will lead at first. Held on by Naylor. Now the set by Logan, and toss over to first base low, and it gets on by Naylor. Down the right field side, Robert will get into second. The ball is picked up by the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. But Logan bounced a throw over to first base on the pick. And that's going to be an E1 that allows Robert to get into second base.
He just spiked that ball over at first base. Josh Naylor unable to come up with it. And this is what's so important, that you don't anchor on that. What you just did, throwing that ball away. Now he's in scoring position. You got to dial in here because you got Montgomery at the plate. You can swing it right now.
Gilbert ready, fires away. Swing and a foul behind the plate. Took a healthy cut. And the count is 1-2 on Montgomery.
Yeah, this kid does not get cheated.
First round pick 4 years
Pretty
ago
good.
in high school.
Boy, he carries him for a young kid. He
Yeah.
carries himself really well. Does a heck of a job at a shortstop.
When you have a season like the White Sox had last year, the worst record in the history of the game of baseball, you got to give the kids a chance to play and see who you can move forward with, and this kid definitely can play. Next offer, swinging a fly ball shallow down the left field line, slicing on the run. Randy Arozarena. It's out of play though. The count is still 1-2.
We talked to Darren Jackson before the game in the roundtable. It's also so important that you have that presence in the clubhouse, a little bit of veteran leadership or something when you have these young players coming up.
Yeah.
And not saying that they have to, like back in the day, man, when I came up, I remember, man, you just sit in the corner and that's it. But even now too,
Next pitch on the way, and it's down low. Ball 2, 2-2 the count of Montgomery.
Teach them the unwritten rules of baseball.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's going to be your core of players that's going to be in that clubhouse, like we're seeing with the Mariners.
Yeah.
You want to have that good culture in there, and then just set that good tone for the next couple of years, for sure.
Learn from the veterans. Here's the stretch by Logan and the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Logan Gilbert. And that's one away for the White Sox here in the top half of the second.
Now, so listen up, Petro Hall of Fame weekend is on deck as part of the celebrations at T-Mobile Park. The first 20,000 fans this Sunday will score a replica Cooperstown plaque as the Mariners take on the Rays at 1:10. Go to mariners.com/Ichiro to get your tickets today.
Well done, buddy.
How about that?
Yeah,
Nicely
good
done.
job, Ryan.
On a first take.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's Curtis Mead. Pitch on the way. Swing a little chopper foul.
I am not next. No, man.
I was going to say.
No.
Hey, Kevin, pass these to the back row.
I don't have the bulbs to do it. I'm out.
Folks, I'm a little under the weather, so Ryan's helped me out here reading the drop-in, so thank you very much, buddy.
No problem. Happy to help.
0-1 the count on Mead.
I was waiting for a comment from Jay, though, after that.
Yeah, you got it. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 2. The appeal down to the first base umpire. No balls and 2 strikes. Mead batting .225, 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in.
So, Ryan, were you ever out of the bullpen? Because that was a call to the bullpen right there, and it was well done. Nicely done.
That's right.
Still has his fastball, Jay. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, one hopper to third. Up with the ball is Suarez. Checks the runner at second. The throw to first. In time to Mead for the second out of the inning.
That was hey, listen, you got the next hitter in about 2 pitches, so you got to throw the one and then just get out of it. That's
there
what
you
it was.
Go. Good job, buddy. Bring in the lefty. We're here at the Western Washington Toyota broadcast booth. Rick Riz along with Ryan Rowland-Smith, Jay Buhner, producer-engineer Kevin Kremen, and Shannon Dreyer. Glad you could join us for all the play-by-play in a Thursday afternoon. We got a doubleheader of sorts right across the way at 7 o'clock. The Seahawks have their first exhibition game of the season. Here's Edgar Cuero in a swing and a foul back, and the count is 0-1. The Seahawks getting ready to play the Las Vegas Raiders, so Pete Carroll is coming back.
Familiar face coming back.
Yeah.
Huh? We'll see what kind of welcoming he gets.
We'll see how many fans go from T-Mobile Park over to Lumen Field later on this evening. A look back by Gilbert at Robert. 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a foul back, and the count is 0-2. It's the football season already.
I'm hoping they're walking and not driving, so I have to deal with the traffic.
Yeah.
Well, that is a sports nirvana kind of day, isn't it?
Yep.
My goodness, come down here, hang out.
Sure.
Have some Diet Pepsis, take in a couple of
There
different
you
games.
go. Exactly. No score, top of the second. 1 on, 2 outs. Pitch to Cuero. Swinging a ground ball, slow roller. Past the mound, right side. Up with the ball, Naylor. Underhand flip to Logan at first, and plenty of time to get Cuero, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the bottom half of the second. Home Street Bank score. Mariners 0 and the White Sox 0.
$195 million.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice. Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
10 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Our home street bank score, the Mariners nothing and the White Sox nothing on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Day baseball during the week. Mariners and the White Sox wrap up this 3-game series. Mariners going for the sweep. First baseman Josh Naylor will lead things off. How exciting has this guy been since joining the ball club? Naylor, Suarez, and Polanco, the middle third of the order. I knew this guy could hit. I knew this guy could play defense. I didn't know he was a larger version of Ricky Henderson, though.
I know. Carrying the mail, stealing money bags, doing it all. And bringing a snarl, which I like.
Yeah.
Bringing an attitude.
Yeah. He's focused. There's
Very
no doubt
much
about
so.
it. He wants to win, and it shows. Shane Smith on the mound. Here's the windup of the pitch to Josh. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Man, he ambushed the first pitch gutter and hit a ball 450 feet last night.
That's why he didn't get a fastball right there.
Yeah, you're right. 0-1 the count on Josh. Infield is turned around to the right side for him. Here's the pitch, and it's inside, 1-1.
I was on with Bump and Stacey this morning, and we're talking about Josh Naylor. And usually, if you're talking about, like, oh, hey, look, he can steal bags, clubhouse, maybe he's not hitting so well. So you're trying to make sure that you're freaking. But he's doing it all, man. It's crazy. The fact we're talking about the stolen bases as well as some of the slug we're seeing from him, unreal.
It's really amazing. Next pitch on the way, misses down low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. He's hitting 290 for the year. He had 292 with Arizona, 14 home runs. He had 11 with Arizona, and has 65 runs batted in and 19 stolen bases. Here's a swing and a foul back by Josh, and the count is even.
And he's got a great track record. What he hit, 30 and over 100 last year?
Yeah, 31.
Plus. So, and we got 2 months left in the season, and the way he's swinging it, I mean, that's very. He's going to be another 2020 guy.
No doubt about it. Naylor has called timeout. He's taking a little walk to the right side of home plate.
Hopefully he didn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie either. I mean, the last year's version, you talked about hitting 30 plus compared to this year's version. I mean, you take this year's version any day of the week, right? I mean, more of that balanced.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially in this lineup.
I talked to him when he first came over. We were in Anaheim. He said there was an adjustment to Chase Field, when he first went over to Arizona last year. Here's the pitch to Josh. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher. Cuero hangs on to it for strike 3. So 1 away.
Take your kids to T-Mobile Park for an unforgettable day on August 24th. It's Kids Appreciation Day, and all kids 14 and under will have a chance to run the bases after the game, win epic prizes and more. Lock-in seats for the whole family at mariners.com/tickets.
1 down, and here's
2,
Gino.
Wow.
Oh, he's just a drop-in reading machine.
That's right.
Here's Eugenio Suarez, the pitch to him low and outside for ball 1. Shane Smith on the mound with Smith in a game against the Diamondbacks when Gino was over there that hit Gino on the hand that prevented him from playing in the All-Star game.
Right.
Here's the 1-0 pitch of the way. Check swing, and it's down low. Did he go? Yes, he does. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gino batting .241, 37 home runs, 90 runs batted in. Mariners have 2 guys in the lineup with 90 RBIs. Cal Raleigh and Gino Suarez. The look in by Smith, and the 1-1 is a strike, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gino.
This kid's doing a good job. Changing speeds a little bit, changing the eyes, up, down, in, and out.
Fastball, good velocity.
Yeah, for a Rule 5 guy, he's got a pretty special arm.
Next offer on the way. That fastball is up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 99 miles an hour. It's not too shabby. How many guys did you see throw 99 and 100?
Well, I think there were still a couple of guys on every team, but not like it is now.
Here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball down and away. Check swing. Did he go? They made the appeal, and yes, he does. According to the first base umpire. Strike 3, so 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 2nd. Mostly relievers.
Mostly relievers, yeah. Because most of the starters, I mean, they were going 6-7 innings, so they weren't out there max velo effort. But yeah, every team had at least a closer or a setup guy that threw upper 90s, a few at 100.
There's Jorge Polanco. He takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Remember Billy Koch with
Toronto.
With Toronto.
Yeah, Oakland and then Toronto, and then you had Isringhausen with the A's, and there were some around the league, but
not like now.
No.
Here's the pitch inside to Polanco. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Time out for tonight's Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. How about the man of Steel, S-T-E-A-L? That's Josh Mailer. 10 stolen bases in 12 games as a Mariner. Next offer on the way, inside on Polanco. Ball 3. Today's Men of Steel report brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Find your steel. Visit steeldealers.com. That's S-T-I-H-L dealers.com.
That's an amazing number you just said in a short amount of time he's been here, huh?
How about that? 10 steals in 12 games. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Polanco draws a walk, and the Mariners have a man on. No score, 2 outs. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Brings up Mitch Garver. Working alongside Ryan Roland Smith and Jay Buhner on this gorgeous Thursday afternoon. You're still sticking around, obviously, for the weekend. I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be fun. Saturdays, especially, is going to be a lot of fun. But guys are starting to roll in. I saw a few of them today and yesterday, and so it's going to be fun.
Jay, have you got a giant schedule going on or what?
Pretty busy.
I bet.
Yeah, pretty busy. They got me doing something pretty much from the time I get up all the way across, but it's fun. It gets the day go by, and then I got the better half with me, so it's always good. Mama's with me, so she keeps me out of trouble.
Always great to see Leah. First pitch to Garver, misses 1-0. Here's the set by Smith, and a toss over to first base. Diving back to the bag goes Polanco. Saw Leah out by the clubhouse, a couple of nights ago. It was great to see her.
She loves you, Ricky.
Love her too, man. Go way back.
Yes, sir.
We were just kids back then.
Yes, we were. We're still just kids. Come on.
Here's the set. And the 1-0 pitch to Mitch. Swinging a line drive into left field for a base hit. That'll get Polanco down to second. Up with the ball is Benintendi. Mitch Garver with the Mariners' first base hit of the afternoon. Let's see if the Mariners have some 2-out magic here at the bottom of the second.
I'd love to see it. Let's see if he goes with that, knows that Dom is a dead red first pitch swinger. See if Dom's sitting on a slider right here. Maybe hit one in that little second deck again.
Over the last 2 nights, guys, the Mariners have been doing a great job of getting a walk and hitting a home run, or getting a walk or scoring a run with 2 outs. They did it twice in the opening game of the series 2 nights ago. 2 outs, a walk, a home run. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way to Dom. Breaking ball. Slow it inside for ball 1. You know he's looking for a fastball.
There's that curveball right there. Does that hard changeup too.
Runners get their leads. 2 on, 2 away. Smith ready, and the 1-0 to Dom. Swing and a miss. And a curveball.
Speaking of the devil.
What are the chances he gets a hitter right here? Slim to none or what?
Well,
another breaking ball?
I'm still sitting heater and adjusting the off speed because trust your eyes. Because if it's a cripple, you're going to hit it.
Here's the 1-1, and it was a fastball.
He tried the paint on him, down and away. Smart, in and out.
Missed with it, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Canzone. 7 home runs on the year. This kid hitting the ball hard and a long way. The look in by Smith, runners their leads. Next off for the way, swinging a foul out of play on the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was the pitch. Right there. You're right, Ricky. Since he's come back up, he has been remarkable, hasn't he?
He really has.
He's played great defense, shown a great arm, got some big knocks for him. Been a nice cog in that lineup for him, especially the power at the bottom of the order.
Next offer to Dom is just outside. Good eye, ball 3, 3-2. Last 46 games, he's hitting .296. Mixing his base hits and ball out of the ballpark. He's got one of the longest home runs of the year, 450 feet. Matched Naylor's home run last night.
I'll take a duck snort right here. Whatever it is, it don't matter. Let's get a run.
There go the runners. Pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will retire the side. Mr. Buhner, thanks for joining us, buddy.
See you guys after the W.
It's great to see you. Jay Buhner on his way to the TV side. We go to the top of the third. Home Street Bank score.
play in Toronto, Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys. So when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Just get more at Sunset, and people do like that. This is Mariners Baseball on Seattle Sports on 710 and Seattle Red on 770.
Mariners and the White Sox, no score, top of the third. Leading it off is Brooks Baldwin. That's your Home Street Bank score. Logan Gilbert ready. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Starts him off with a fastball. Baldwin hitting .236, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. Started off at AAA Charlotte this year, where he hit very well in the minor leagues at .368. The windup and the 0-1 pitch is low and outside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Logan pitched around that leadoff walk in the second and retired the next 3 guys. He had a 1-2-3. Top of the first inning. Close to third base is Gino Suarez. Now the windup and the pitch. Swinging a foul behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryan, Logan just trying to settle in right now.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see, especially on this count right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is he going to go with that fastball again? We're seeing more of that in these type of counts.
The windup and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. There it is.
I love it.
4-seam fastball at 96 miles an hour. That is strikeout number 4 for Logan Gilbert.
And look, I know the swing and miss and the strikeout numbers were up this year for Logan, but we talked about getting deep into the game. I just feel like when he keeps that split and that slider in the back pocket and use it a little bit more sparingly, I feel like they just become such big weapons when you got to protect against that fastball at the top of the strike zone.
So 1 away. Here's Michael A. Taylor. Pitch on the way to Taylor. Swing and a miss. Starts him off with a slider. And it's 0-1. On deck, leadoff batter Mike Talkman. We're coming to you live from the Western Washington Toyota broadcast booth on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball foul on the third base side. And the count is 0-2. Big weekend honoring Ichiro. Hey, tomorrow night, Mariners take it on the Tampa Bay Rays. It's going to be Ichiro Jersey Night presented by Sato. First 20,000 fans will receive a replica 2004 jersey. The night Ichiro set the single season record for hits with 262. The 0-2 bounces out in front of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Also, you got a chance to take a look at Ichiro's Hall of Fame plaque. Fans will have access to Ichiro's Hall of Fame plaque for viewing and photo opportunities on the right field ramp near the view level at T-Mobile Park from 4:40 p.m. through the 7th inning. Imagine that. You check out Ichiro's plaque.
Super cool.
That's neat. Here's the windup and the 1-2 on the way to Taylor. Low and inside, that bounces in. A slider, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then on Saturday, August the 9th, big pregame ceremonies. Please get out here early. Ceremony starts at 6 o'clock, where the Mariners will honor Ichiro by retiring his number 51. Only the 3rd player to have his number retired in Mariners history. Here's the 2-2, swinging a foul back. Still 2-2 on Taylor.
Man, he's been Must be busy writing some speeches
these
last couple of months. Did you get any backstory on the Hall of Fame speech in regards to how long it took him, or
no?
The whole thing was in English?
It was, and I talked to him beforehand. I said, "You working on your speech?" "Oh yeah." I just said he skipped on working on it.
Too busy taking BP.
Here's the pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. Taylor's called looking. Strikeout number 5 for Logan Gilbert. So 2 down for the White Sox here in the top of the third. Say, friends, who's hot? Brought to you by Fireside Home Solutions. How about Julio Rodriguez? 21 home runs and 21 steals on the year. That's who's hot. Brought to you by Fireside Home Solutions. Check them out for the perfect garage door, outdoor living space, or fireplace in Portland, Auburn, Tacoma, Bellevue, and Spokane. Or FiresideHomeSolutions.com. Here's Mike Tauchman, leadoff batter. 2 outs, nobody on for the White Sox. The pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1.
Tell you what, Rick, we talked about this in the opening of this series about the White Sox being better on that fastball lately. But we saw this with Brian Wu, and I'm telling you, Logan Gilbert has taken part of that blueprint because, man, he is going fastball heavy, top of the strike zone, getting that swing and miss.
Next offer is low and outside for ball 1, 1-1. He has struck out 5 of the first 9 batters he's faced.
Yeah, and the last couple on that heater. Top of the strike zone. Love it.
Logan from the belt. Looks in, gets a sign from Mitch Garver. Here's the windup and the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, just a little bit low. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. White Sox overall numbers, obviously not that great with a record of 42 and 72. As a team, they're batting .229, second to last in the league. Now the windup and the 2-1, swinging a ground ball up the first base side, foul. Count is even at 2-2. They're 14th in runs scored, 14th in home runs. But Brian, as you know, you can't take anybody for granted.
No, and the thing is, too, like sometimes these teams are tough to match up against. I know the Mariners had some success the first couple months, but you got that one young player you don't quite have the scouting report, the book on just yet. Tons of talent.
Here's the 2-2. That's a swing and a foul back. Still 2-2 on Tauchman.
Or you run into that one pitcher that can just completely get that swing and miss with blazing stuff because of the talent level. So really tough. And by the way, too, this is a White Sox team. They got nothing to lose right now.
Yeah.
They're all auditioning for 2026. These last couple months of the season, unpredictable.
Makes them dangerous. 2-2, low and inside. Ball 3, full count, 3-2. And they're playing well since the All-Star break. Mariners a chance to gain ground with a win this afternoon because Houston is idle. Starting play today, the Mariners are only 2 behind the Astros in the American League West. How about that? Mariners have won 6 of their last 10. The Astros have lost 6 of their last 10 games. Gilbert ready. The 3-2 on the way. It's outside for ball 4. So Tauchman draws a walk. That's the second walk given up by Logan. 1 on. That'll bring up second baseman Lenin Sosa. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's hit a ball out of the ballpark each of the last 2 games.
A really aggressive hitter. He's going to be coming up swinging. His first pitch is in the strike zone. He's going to be putting a swing on it.
See what Logan serves up. Pitch on the way, and it's low and inside. It bounces in, knocking it down. Garver, the runner to second. The throw to second is low, off the glove of Polanco. And Tauchman gets into second base. And that's going to be on a wild pitch. Pitch was in the dirt, and that's when Tauchman took off. Man, that thing bounced way out in front of the plate. Garver had to get in front of it, knock it down, and then make the throw. Now the Sox have a man on in scoring position with 2 outs. And the count is 1-0 on Sosa. Logan ready, looks in, gets a sign from Garver. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to up and a third, tricky hop taken by Suarez. The toss across in time to get Sosa. Nice play by Eugenio Suarez. And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third. Home Street Bank score. The Mariners nothing and the White Sox nothing.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away.
She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
.net. Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Home Street Bank score, no score as we go to the bottom of the third. J.P. Crawford leads it off with a swing and a pop-up out of play. On the third base side, 0-1. Both starters off to a good start. Shane Smith with the White Sox with 4 strikeouts along the way, and Logan Gilbert already with 5, right?
Hey, how about Shane Smith making that all-star team this year?
Next pitch to JP, swinging a foul back, and the count 0-2.
Rule 5 pick. You know, I was a Rule 5 pick back in the day to the Minnesota Twins. Didn't make the team. Went to spring training with them. I was 21 years old. Way over my skis. Like they were in the playoffs before. I was intimidated.
Here's the next offer to JP, swinging a line drive into center field for a base hit. Man, he smoked that pitch. And Crawford gets aboard with a leadoff single.
Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend gets started this Friday with a 2004 replica jersey giveaway. Honoring the night, he set the single-season hit record. The first 20,000 fans will score this exclusive jersey thanks to Sato. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro.
Big Ichiro weekend starting tomorrow night. Man, we're going to have some great crowds here to honor Ichiro. Winner of the Hall of Fame back on July the 27th. Here's Randy Arozarena. The pitch to Randy is low. And inside for ball 1. Sure going to be a lot of fun. Hope you got your tickets already for that weekend series against Tampa Bay. Looking forward to always seeing Tampa Bay. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Randy. 1 ball and 1 strike. Seems like the roster changes, but they still win and play the game the same way. They find a way to win when the roster changes. Mix things up. Here's the set. And the 1-1 on the way to Randy. Here she comes. Strike called. And it's now 1-2. Cal Raleigh is due up next. JP a lead at first base. Mariners had plenty of offense last night and the night before. Here's a swing and a foul off the foot of Randy. And the count is still 1-2.
Yeah, that changeup. 89 to 92 miles an hour from Shane Smith. A little bit of that Felix to it, right?
Yeah.
Remember Felix had that hard changeup?
Looked like a splitter.
Good depth. Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't back up too much from his fastball, which was down around 94, 95. Here's the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside of Randy. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, man, when he came up with that changeup, Ryan, that made him a super pitcher.
Yeah. He said that was a turning point for him in his career early on, finding that changeup.
Smith ready, the 2-2. Low and outside, ball 3. Full count on Arozarena. With JP on at first base. And Cal Raleigh due up next. Shane Smith out of Danvers, Massachusetts. Here's the stretch and the 3-2 on the way. Swinging a drive deep to left field. Going and goodbye baseball. Into Edgar's Cantina. Randy Arozarena with his 23rd home run of the season. That matches his career high at 23 back in 2023. So Randy, the jump shot before third base in front of Chris Negron, touches third on his way home. A 2-run line drive home run by Randy Arozarena. And the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Mariners using the long ball in this series.
I'll tell you what, Randy Arozarena heated up a couple of weeks ago, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, is this sustainable what he's doing? But man, hasn't ever been. He has not missed a beat since then. Now he's in that leadoff spot, which I love, by the way. He's having better swing decisions. And that, of course, some of the long balls to go along with it. All over the field. Hit that ball to right center field the other night.
What a drive by Randy. Here's Cal Raleigh. Let's see if these guys go back-to-back. The pitch on the way to Cal is low and inside for ball one. And on that swing, he was kind of reaching out to go get that ball.
Right, yeah.
He was able to pull it to left field.
Yeah, he's so strong. I mean, the fact that you can get caught out in front like that on a breaking ball down, not a bad pitch, by the way. And that ball just on the line into Edgars. Unreal.
Next pitch to Cal is low and inside. A check swing. It bounces in the dirt and away from the catcher. All 2 balls and no strikes on Cal Raleigh.
It was interesting too, Randy, when he first came over last year. He was good in those couple months, but he said in spring training it took him a little bit just to get comfortable with a new team.
Next offer to Cal, strike ball, 2-1.
You got in camp and you were trying to figure out what were you going to get from Randy Arozarena, because essentially he had a bit of a down start to the year last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. You were starting to think, was it going to be this decline? But not the case this year. He's having an unreal year.
Next pitch to Cal, swinging a ground ball foul on the first base side in front of the Mariners dugout, and the count is even on Cal at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't care how long you've been in the league. I think we see it many times, Ryan, where a guy gets traded or moves on as a free agent. It seems like there's a transition period.
For sure, yeah, there really is. And you know what, too? Kicking off the year with Tampa last year, going into spring training with them, he tried to get a little bit stronger. He tried to, be more of a power hitter.
2-2, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 1 away for the Mariners. Right now, let's pause for station identification time. This is the Global Union Mariners Radio Network.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Sports on 710, KIRO AM Seattle, and Seattle Red on 770, KTTH AM Seattle, KIRO FM HD2 and HD3 Tacoma, Seattle.
Here's Julio Rodriguez. The pitch to must swing and a high fly ball into center field. Coming in is Luis Robert Jr. He's there. And that sunlight to make the catch for the second out.
But Randy, I remember him talking about, a lot of people watching him was talking about how he bulked up. He tried to be more of that, all or nothing swing, lost a little bit of that athleticism. And then coming into this season, he said, he went back to, being more of that dynamic player. Yeah. So, man, it's paid off. And by the way, the power numbers are still there.
No doubt about it. Matches his career high with 23. Here it is on August the 7th. Still have a ways to go. Here's Josh Naylor. The pitch to Josh. Big swing and a miss. 0-1. Watching Naylor in that last at bat, Ryan, he took a swing that looked really uncomfortable.
Right.
Took a long walk to the right side of home plate. Smith ready to wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is now 0-2.
His legs are tired, stealing too many bases. Sunday morning, he's out of gas.
And I tell you what, when he gets to first base, he's looking to go an extra 90 feet. He's not satisfied with standing at first base. Did that foul ball get him? The back foot.
Again, another little bit of an uncomfortable swing. Had to call time. Catch his breath on that one.
Hope he's all right. 0-2 the count on Naylor. 2-0 Mariners lead, bottom of the third. The pitch, swinging a ground ball right to the second baseman. Up with the ball is Sosa. Easy throw to first in time, and that will retire the side. But the Mariners get 2 on the 2-run home run by Randy Arozarena. We go to the top of the 4th. Home Street Bank score, Mariners 2 and the White Sox 0.
It is a 1933 Gaudí Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's rated higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Well, we go to the top of the fourth inning. Home Street Bank score. It's now the Mariners 2 and the White Sox nothing. We have a defensive change. It appeared that Josh Naylor took an awkward swing or an uncomfortable swing. He is no longer out there at first base. Donovan Solano takes over, so hopefully Josh Naylor's all right. But he's out of the game right now. Leading off the top of the fourth, Andrew Benintendi. So Solano at first base for Josh Naylor. The windup and the pitch. Swinging a foul back 0-1, and we'll get some more information, I'm sure, after the ball game and the condition of Naylor. But, man, he's been such a key cog of this offense and defense and running the bases, Ryan.
Yeah, he took a huge swing back in the second inning, and you could tell as soon as he swung that bat that something was up.
Next pitch to Benintendi is low for ball one from Gilbert. 1 ball and 1 strike. Keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully Josh is going to be fine. He's out of the game right now. Here's the look in by Logan, and the 1-1 on the way. And Benintendi takes just a bit outside. Ball 2, 2-1. And right now the Mariners hitting on all cylinders. And you don't want anything to go wrong with that machine. The 2-1. Over first strike, 2-2 on Benintendi.
I guarantee some people are holding some breath right now as he's getting checked out. But I'm just watching that swing. He just looked really uncomfortable. I hate to say, maybe a shoulder or something upper body it looked like. Big back swing. He had to take his time, cold time. Missing a bit.
Yeah. 2-2. Fouled out of play on the third base side. Still 2-2 on Benintendi. He'll be followed by Luis Robert Jr. and then Colson Montgomery. What a Thursday afternoon here in Seattle. We've got one patch of a cloudy sky way off in the distance to our left. Otherwise, blue skies, white clouds. Here's the pitch, swung on, ground ball, foul up the first base side.
Wasn't the case this morning, Rick. I was up early, driving towards getting ready for my baseball camp up with the Everett Aqua Sox. Hammering rain.
Yeah.
Feeling bad for these kids, but it's cleared up now, so that's good.
How'd the camp go?
Oh, great. Loved it. Had Brian Wu on Monday. It was outstanding having him out there with the kids.
It's great what you do for these youngsters. It really is. You've been doing this for a while. 2-2. Swinging a fly ball lifted into the gap in right center field. Well hit. Going back, Julio Rodriguez to the warning track near the wall. He's there to make the catch. Right in front of the J-Rod squad. He flashes the no-fly zone to his fans up there in the bleachers. Julio off with a crack of the bat, able to get back in time, and there's one away for the White Sox here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, he has covered so much ground in those gaps. Right center, left center, Julio. He's kind of drifting on that play a little bit. Yeah, maybe there's really no wind, so the ball's not going to carry a whole lot, but it's tough with this sky we talked about. Mm-hmm. But, man, he has been, I think, even better than what he's ever been controlling center field this year.
Here's Luis Robert Jr., the pitch on the way, a slider, swing and a miss, 0-1. Nice running catch by Julio. Logan works from the first base side of the rubber. The windup and the 0-1 to Robert. Check swing. Does he go? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, one thing, Julio, too. I know he's always communicating with his J-Rod squad out there, but you can always see him constantly right now, even talking to Canzone, Randy, back and forth. There's so much communication happening in between some of these pitches, even after the play's long gone.
Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Robert. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm glad you pointed that out because I just saw, Julio throwing his arms and glove up to the side, talking with Canzone. Canzone doing the same thing. And you got to have that communication. When that ball is in the gap, you got to know who can get to it and who's going to back up. The windup in the 1-2. Breaking ball is low and inside with a splitter, actually. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you think about it, too, it's not like Julio and Dominic Canzone have played a whole lot of games together, right? And it's, you know, plays like that in the gaps. It makes such a difference when you're going to get to that ball because you are going to naturally hesitate or back off when you know that guy's bearing down on that ball.
There's a swing and a foul on the ground on the third base side off the foot of Luis. Kind of still leaving at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Ryan, if you don't have that communication, all of a sudden the ball drops to the base of the wall, and now you got runner on at second base with this guy hitting.
And the same goes too in the middle of the infield. I know Polanco's playing second base, but watching JP communicate and interact with Cole Young, especially again, another guy that haven't played a whole lot up the middle together, and just that constant communication. Or like if Cole make a good play, you see JP right over there next to him. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, you got to be in constant contact with the guy right next to you. Gilbert looking for another strikeout. He has 5. Now the windup by Logan. And the 2-2 on the way to Robert. It's, just outside. It was ball 3, full count 3-2.
Again, we're seeing Logan in his 4th inning. Going to that hitter with 2 strikes.
See what he does right here. Full count on Robert. Here's the windup. And the 3-2 pitch, swinging a foul back. And the count is still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Luis. Yeah, the middle infielders, too, have the pitch count, so they can hear the pitches that Cal's calling, or in this case, Miss Garver this afternoon. Again, the 3-2 to Robert. Swinging a line drive into the gap in right center field. Julio on the run, dives, rolls over, and he can't get to it. It gets on by Julio. Backing up is Canzone. He does at the base of the wall the throw in, and Robert winds up on at second base with a 1-out double. Julio made a valiant effort for it. Into the gap in right center field. That ball was smoked off the bat of Luis Robert Jr.
Well, this would have been an amazing play if he was able to get it. You can see him reaching out, that kind of half dive, trying to time that up. You can see him just trying to cut in a straight line towards that ball because the ball was hit so hard.
So Robert is on at second with a double, and that's the first hit of the game off of Logan Gilbert. 2-0 Mariners lead. Top of the 4th. And this is Colson Montgomery. Stretch and the pitch. Down low, ball 1. Final game of the 3-game series with the White Sox. Mariners looking for another sweep. Gilbert fires away the 1-0. Breaking ball is inside, ball 2, and now time is called by Garver. Garver out to the mound, having talked with Logan. If he's showing a little frustration or not, but he's missed the first 2 pitches on Montgomery.
And you think about it too, Mitch Garver hasn't been behind the plate a whole lot compared to what Cal has been throughout Logan's entire career, right? I mean, you know, they came up around the same time, but Mitch really hasn't been back there. But the numbers are really good. He's got a 2.65 ERA with Mitch Garver behind the dish. And a career 3.55 with Cal. Again, bigger sample size, but still good numbers with Mitch Garver behind the plate.
Yeah, nothing wrong with those numbers. Well, Mitch turns around and heads on back behind home plate. 1 on, 1 away. The tying run is at the plate in Montgomery. Logan, big pitch right here behind 2-0. Check of the runner, Robert. And he delivers to Montgomery. Swing and a miss. Came back with a fastball, and the count is 2-1. And when you're looking for a fastball, man, you got to put it in the right spot, don't you?
Yeah, you really do. Especially when it's right on left. It's one thing with Logan, that consistency, the command of that fastball lately.
The 2-1 is inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. White Sox got off to a good start on this road trip, winning 2 out of 3 down in Anaheim against the Angels. The stretch and the 3-1 pitch is way outside for ball 4. And that's the 3rd walk given up by Logan Gilbert. And now the White Sox have runners at first and second with 1 away. Well, time now. Let's take a look at our premium matchup brought to you by Alaska Airlines. And it's Logan Gilbert against the Chicago White Sox lineup. Logan 3-4 on the year with a 3.45 ERA. Enjoy that first-class feeling with industry-leading legroom. Alaska, raising the bar for first class. Here's Curtis Mead, young man from Australia. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Mead. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Ball one. Where did your guys' paths cross?
Only a couple of years ago, actually. I mean, mostly everyone in the Australian baseball community kind of know each other or get to know each other.
Next offer on the way to Mead is outside ball 2-2-0.
But I hit him up a couple of years ago, and you know, I feel like I may have jinxed him a little bit because I said that the last player to be an everyday player in the big leagues was Dave Nielsen back in the late 90s. Everyone else, all the other position players, we've had some good pitching.
Next offer, swinging a fly ball, lifted into right field, shallow, coming in is Canzone. Dom is there to make the catch, and the runners have to stay. That's out number 2. 2-on-2 away brings up Edgar Guerrero.
But we've had some good pitching. Curtis was a big prospect with the Tampa Bay Rays. And I said, Curtis, you may be the first player since Dave Nielsen to be an everyday position player in the big leagues, which is it's really tough out of Australia for whatever reason. Dave Nielsen was the last hitter to have more than 400 career plate appearances in the big leagues. That was back in the 90s. So he claims I jinxed him because it's been pretty rocky since then. Yeah.
Remember Dave Nielsen?
The last couple of years, yeah.
Heck of a catcher.
Really
Here's the pitch to Guerrero. One hopper right back to the mound. Taken by Logan to defense. He's got it. Hunter had flipped to first, and it's in time to get Guerrero. What a play by the pitcher, Logan Gilbert, to retire the side. That ball was on him in a hurry. We go to the bottom.
Catcher number 21, Yainer Diaz.
And Replica Plaque Day, Sunday, August 10th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Our home street bank score, the Mariners 2, the White Sox nothing as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Rick Riz along with Ryan Roland Smith. Producer engineer Kevin Kremen filling in for the vacationing Gary Hill Jr., who will be back with us tomorrow. The Mariners take on the Tampa Bay Rays, and we start the big Ichiro weekend beginning tomorrow night. Ichiro inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame back on July the 27th. What a thrill to see Ichiro up there giving that great speech. Here's Eugenio Perez to lead things off. The pitch by Smith, a swing and a miss. 0-1.
And Ichiro still out here playing catch.
Every day.
Every day, in the midst of it. Just got inducted in the Hall of Fame, number retired. Getting his work in at 2:38 p.m.
Amazing. Swinging a ground ball foul on the third base side, and the count is 0-2 on Suarez. I don't recall anybody doing that. Especially a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
But he loves it. He just wants to be a part of the organization. And we love having him here. Next offer up high for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That kind of speaks to his dedication.
Yeah.
You know, the way he prepared for every game, every season. Here's the pitch on the way to Gino. Strike 3 called, says home plate umpire Marvin Hudson. Another strikeout for Shane Smith, his 6th of the afternoon. One away for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 4th.
And the other part of that, he was a creature of habit too. I remember, we would have stretch at 4:20 p.m. and you look up on the clock out in right field at say 4:18. The minute it struck 4:18, he was walking out into the dugout. I am not kidding. It was like clockwork. Me and some of the other pitchers.
Here's the pitch on the way to Jorge Polanco, low and inside, ball 1.
Me and some of the other pitchers would be watching for a good amount of time. We'd be watching. As soon as it went 4:18, we'd turn around. Here he comes. Toss his ball up in the air, put in his glove, put it down the dugout, run out to the right field line.
He's ready
every day.
20. Here's the pitch inside again, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Goes like that too. Wade Boggs.
Really?
Wade Boggs, 4:17. The clock at 4:17. That's when he ran out to right field. Got his running in. Here's the pitch on the way. A strike on Polanco, 2-1. So Kevin and I pulled a little trick on Wade Boggs. We went down to the control booth and we said, is it possible to jump the clock from 4:16 to 4:18? They said, yeah, I can do that. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive into right field. A base hit for Polanco. So Jorge gets aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. I think his name was Bob, the guy in the control room. He said, yeah, I can do that. Why? He said, we want to play a little trick on Wade Boggs, because Wade Boggs every day. So just 4:17, he jumped out of the dugout and did his running. So sure enough, we're watching. Steve Lyons is inside the dugout. We can't see Boggs. And you see Lyons looking at the clock, 4:12, 4:13, 4:15, looking at the clock. And then all of a sudden goes to 4:16. Here's Mitch Garver. The look in by Smith. Polanco will lead it first. Draws a throw. Gets back in time with a dive. And all of a sudden, the clock jumps from 4:16 to 4:18. You see Lyons throwing up his hands like, I don't know what happened. I guess I missed it, And all of a sudden, Wade Boggs pops out of the dugout, looks at the clock, and bolts out to right field.
Nice.
Yeah, it didn't work, though. Here's the pitch on the way to Mitch, and it misses for ball 1, 1-0 on Garver. As I think Boggs still got about 3 hits that night. But he was like that, too, and ate chicken every day before.
I heard, that's right.
Yeah. What was your pregame go-to meal?
Well,
there's the set by Smith. And the 1-0 in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Garver.
I honestly used to be so nervous I could barely eat before a game. I was that guy. Yeah. I really struggled putting food in my mouth, if you can believe it. I just the afternoon I was a nervous wreck. I just couldn't keep any food down. Yeah.
Next offer, swinging a foul back by Garver off to our right in the count 1-2. Yeah, I've watched you eat, so that's surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
you eat like a Viking, buddy.
I remember, Cliff Lee sitting in the cafeteria, Yankee Stadium, said, "What are you doing?" Because I'm just sitting there. I was just trying to I was staring at my feet. He goes, "You gonna eat that or what?" Having the breakfast on a Sunday day game. I said, "I can't, man."
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and another fastball, strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Shane Smith. 2 outs for the Mariners. Bottom of the 4th with 1 out.
I said, I just get nervous. He goes, "What are you nervous about?" I said, "I'm going to go pitch." He goes, "It's so strikes. Throw the ball in the strikes, then you'll be fine." I'm like, it must be that easy.
It's that simple, right, Cliff?
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Well,
fresh off his Cy Young award. Yeah, that guy.
You talk about a guy who could throw a pitch in the strike zone. Cliff Lee.
Yeah.
Great
0-1,
control.
0-1, 0-2.
Here's Dom Canzone, 1 on 2 outs. 2-0 Mariners. The pitch to Dom, swinging a line drive, fouled on the left field side, out of play. 0-1. Man, his control was just pinpoint.
Unbelievable.
Like George Kirby. And zone 0 for 1. A lot of strikeouts for Smith. Shane Smith, 7 strikeouts. Next offer. Check swing, it's outside with a changeup. 1-1. See Ichiro's number 51 cut in the grass out there in straightaway center field, getting ready for the big ceremony on Saturday. Smith ready. Polanco will lead at first. He delivers, and it's a strike on Canzone. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dom. Dom from Cleveland, Ohio, went to Ohio State University, national football champions. I did their games for 2 seasons, way back in 1981 and 82. The stretch and a toss over to first base. Man, Smith put a lot on that throw. And diving back safely was Polanco. That was a lot of fun. 85,000 people would show up on a Saturday afternoon at the Horseshoe, home of the Buckeyes. The stretch. And another move over to first base, and Polanco dives back safely. Okay, here's what I'd like to see, Ryan. Eric Young Jr. goes over to talk to Polanco. Okay, made 2 tries. Now he can
disengages, yeah. He's going to bounce off, get that extra step.
Get a bigger lead. Let's see if he goes with 2 outs. Polanco will lead. He stays. The pitch to Canzone is outside. Ball 2, 2-2.
I think if there's not anyone else in this lineup, but most guys would be bouncing off Polanco. You know, he's probably still nursing a little bit of that knee soreness right now. Doesn't want to push it, especially here in August.
Good idea.
But this is a rule that really hasn't come into play that much, except for lately with this Mariners. There he goes.
There goes Polanco, swinging a drive into the gap in right center field. On the run is Robert. He is there, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Canzone flies out. We go to the top of the 5th. Home Street Bank score. It's the Mariners 2 and the White Sox nothing.
Try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lawrence Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lawrence Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
You like that? Mariners baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Welcome back to T-Mobile Park as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Mariners leading the White Sox 2-0. Brooks Baldwin to lead it off for Chicago. Logan Gilbert has pitched very well. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's high and outside for ball 1. That's our Home Street Bank score. And the Mariners getting those 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd on a 2-run shot to left field into Edgar's Cantina off the bat of Randy Arozarena. 23rd of the year. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Strike call. Count is even at 1-1. By the way, the home plate umpire this afternoon is Marvin Hudson. Trip Gibson is at first. Ryan Blakeney at second. John Bacon is the umpire at third. Way off the line at third is Gino Suarez. The windup and the 1-1. Swing and a foul back off to our left. The count is now 1-2 on Baldwin.
Tell you what, I feel like I'm exposed for some reason.
Yeah.
In this booth this series.
We had
Balls
some
left
shots
and
up
right.
here.
Yeah.
You got to be careful up here. You got to
pay attention.
Shuck and jive, man. Get out of the way. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive, fouled on the right field side. And the count is still 1-2. How did you get along with the umpires. Did you have a favorite umpire? Guy that you could talk to?
Ted Barrett.
Discuss things?
Definitely Ted Barrett, 100%. Yeah, he was awesome. I don't know what there was some connection there with Australia. I can't remember.
1-2. Swing, ground ball, slow roller, right to Polanco at second base. Gobbles it up, throws the first, in time to get Baldwin. And there's one away.
But I learned that quick. I remember when I was a rookie, Jamie Burke was behind the plate, and I threw a pitch literally down the middle. I kind of threw my hands up like this. Now, when you were a rookie back then, you cannot show up umpires.
Yeah.
You see a little bit more of it now, which is surprising. But I remember I did that, and then the umpire I couldn't hear what the umpire was saying, and then Berkey was like, kept doing this to me. I'm looking at him going, are you telling me to for strikes? What are you trying to tell me right now? So anyway, coming after the game, after the inning.
Here's Michael A. Taylor with a swing and a ground ball foul on the third base side, 0-1.
It was in Oakland. I'm walking off, and the umpire just starts screaming at me. This is just a little threw my hands up on one pitch.
Yeah.
I get the dugout, and Jamie Burke comes up and goes, hey, man, you cannot be showing up umpires, again, because I was a rookie, right? And he goes, he was mad. He basically told Jamie, I don't know where he throws, I'm not calling it. That's how it was back then. A little bit different now. They're under a microscope. But
now the 0-1, a swing and a miss by Taylor, and the count is now 0-2.
But I learned quickly. I remember hearing about Roger Clemens, how he'd look after the umpires, get them on their favorite golf courses when they want to come to town or whatever.
Yeah. That'll get you a few strikes.
Yeah. So I remember, you guys to warm up for that start, and I'd always say, hey, how you doing? Where you coming from? What city? Try and make some small talk to try and get those extra pitches.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Logan Gilbert ready. Here's the windup and the 0-2 on the way to Taylor. Down low for ball one. The guy that was really good at that, really good diplomat, and he was very good too. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Jamie Moyer.
Okay.
Jamie Moyer, when he had a good game, and he had a lot of good games. Okay, he won almost 300 games in his major league career. When he was walking off the field, when he was done, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning, whatever, he'd always tip his cap to the umpire. Here's the pitch on the way to Taylor. Swinging a ground ball, foul on the third base side.
Yeah, I may have learned that technique from Jamie. When he would come over and talk to us when we were in the minor leagues, he'd always come and talk to the minor leaguers. And I always pick something up from that. I'll never forget it. Something away from making pitches or something like that. But I may have gotten that from him because I always made sure you acknowledge that umpire when you come off.
Said hey, nice job. Here's the pitch to Taylor. And it's up and away, not by much. Ooh. That was close. 2-2 on Taylor. Was a little bit outside.
But it's a tough gig, man. I mean, the ones who are the best are the ones you don't even notice are there.
Right.
There's no. But
exactly.
The ones you notice them when they're doing a bad job. It's a tough gig.
This guy's doing a heck of a job when you think about it. Here's the windup and the 2-2. Swinging a well-hit ball, left field, backing up. Randy Arozarena to the 1-2 track to the wall, running out of room, and goodbye baseball into the White Sox bullpen. Michael A. Taylor with a home run in last night's game. Now a home run this afternoon gets the White Sox on the board. It's now the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 1.
Yeah, showing some of that power at the bottom of the lineup. We saw that nice, easy swing last night, late in that game. This time a split hanging out in the middle of the plate. Just a short stroke.
That's only the second hit given up by Logan Gilbert. And we're in the 5th inning. 2-1 Mariners lead. And the batter will be Mike Tauchman. But yeah, I'll never forget that with Jamie Moyer. And he had this little black book, Rob. Here's the pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball into right center field shallow. Coming in and over is Dom Canzone. He's there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Right, he had this little black book. He'd keep tabs on all the hitters, of course, but also the umpires.
Really?
What kind of umpires they were.
Man, yeah, I didn't think Jamie knows this, but he had a huge impact on me when I was 19, 20, when I was in A-ball. He'd come over in spring training, right, at 6 a.m. He always had something. I'll never forget, there's another thing. He said he used to throw his bullpens, about 75% of his bullpen from the stretch, because that's when you make your money pitches, right, with runners in scoring position.
Wow.
And so I never forgot that. I took that into every bullpen session I had the rest of my career.
Here's Lenin Sosa, and the pitch from Logan is low and outside for ball one.
He said, you guys spend way too much time in the windup, way too much, these pitches you're going to throw. You say you throw 35 pitches. Majority of them should be in the stretch because, you got runners in scoring position. Get used to having that timing with runners on. So it's just so many little things like that.
Smart. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball and a beauty for a strike on the inside corner. He had Sosa backing away. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, you talk about smart, brilliant about his craft. That was Jamie Moyer. You know, with his stuff to win that many games. Here's the windup and the 1-1. Strike, 2 called on the inside corner, 1-2. He told me one time, he said, this was a number of years ago, but he said, I wouldn't get drafted right now because I don't throw 95 miles an hour. But he threw 85 miles an hour and made it look like it was 90.
Yeah.
And had the great control.
He had that big, I remember him telling us that big emphasis on pitching in. Doesn't matter if you don't throw hard. Yeah, he was unreal. I mean, I used to watch him when I was in the minor leagues, when he was in the big leagues.
I learned a lot from him as a broadcaster. How I watched the game and what he was trying to do to set up hitters. The windup in the 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball is low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jamie now makes his home down in Washougal, Washington, just north of Portland. He's listening to the broadcast this afternoon. Really one of the best pitchers in the league for a long, long time. Now the windup and the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Logan Gilbert. That's strikeout number 6. That takes care of the Sox in the 5th inning, but they get a run on the home run by Michael A. Taylor. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Home Street Bank score.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Trident's up. Bigger, better, and clearly the best in the Northwest. Experience the best games, the best food, and the best rooms and suites at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. It's a home run.
This is Mariners baseball on Seattle Sports on 710 and Seattle Red on 770.
Home Street Bank score, the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. J.P. Crawford leads it off, and he takes a strike from Shane Smith, 0-1. Each side with a home run. Here's the next offer, swinging a drive into the gap in right center field. On the run is Taylor and the center fielder Robert. It's going to be Robert who makes the catch, calling off Michael A. Taylor. Had just enough hang time for Robert to get there.
A couple of these recently, there's the balls that just kind of hang out there in right center field. Not to be caught.
Yeah, I thought it might get down. Yeah. But one away, here's Randy Rosareno who put the Mariners on top with a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. Right now, the difference in this game was the J.P. Crawford base hit right in front of Randy's home run. Here's the pitch. Low and outside with the fastball, ball 1. Time now for the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. One game to report on, a final. The A's beat the Nationals in Washington by a score of 6-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul behind the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. And you got to like that. A's ball club, they got some good young players on that team. But Mason Miller is gone.
How about that?
Oh, and J.P. Sears going to San Diego in a trade. The pitch to Randy, fastball strike, 1-2. That's going to be interesting to see who closes for the Athletics without Mason Miller there. The windup in the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 3. Another strikeout for Shane Smith, his 8th. The Mariners have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Don't miss a chance. Don't miss a once-in-a-lifetime photo opportunity during Ichiro's Hall of Fame weekend tomorrow and Saturday at T-Mobile Park. Fans will have the chance to take a photo with Ichiro's Hall of Fame plaque as the Mariners take on the Rays. Lock in your seats now at Mariners.com.
Here's Cal swinging a high, towering pop-up on the first base side. Over to take a look is Cuero, the catcher. This one is way out of play. well behind the Mariners dugout. And the count is 0-1 on Cal. Cal needs just one more home run to match Ivan Pudge Rodriguez for the most home runs as a catcher in the American League. Now the windup, and the 0-1 pitch to Cal is inside for ball one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cal has set so many records this season, and more are coming. He's getting closer and closer to the single season home run mark by a catcher. Salvador Perez, who had 48. Next pitch to Cal, strike on the outside corner. No, that pitch was away, but it's called a strike, and Cal not too happy with Mr. Hudson, the plate umpire. These guys know, don't they? The good hitters know.
Yeah, especially Cal. I mean, that was on full display in spring training when they had that challenge system.
Now the 1-2 to Cal is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one missed call really changes the at-bat, you know.
Oh, yeah.
From 1-2 to 2-1. Here's the windup of the 2-2. That's low. Ball 3. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 5th. Mariners lead 2-1 over the White Sox, looking for a sweep on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. The windup in the 3-2, swinging a high drive straight away center field. But Robert has plenty of room, shading his eyes with his glove. He's out there well in front of the warning track to make the catch, and that will end the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Home Street Bank score, the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 1.
Traffic backups are
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Give them a call at 206-312-ROOF or visit 3treeroofing.com for your free estimate. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Mariners baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Well, we go to the top of the 6th inning. Home Street Bank scores the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 1. We got a pitching change for the Mariners. Down the mound for the Mariners, new left-hander Caleb Ferguson will take over in relief. That's going to be it for Logan Gilbert, who goes 5 innings this afternoon.
Now, this is what's really important about this bullpen addition. The fact you can start matching up now here in the 6th inning.
Andrew Benintendi leads it off. Here's the pitch from Caleb, and it's high and inside for ball 1.
And the other part of this is, too, look, Logan Gilbert, as he's slowly and surely getting back into that rhythm, but the third time through the lineup, man, he has struggled this year. That's when the opponents have done the most damage.
Next offer on the way, a strike on Benintendi. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And again, you go back just a couple of weeks ago and you don't have a Caleb Ferguson. This gets really dicey here in the 6th and 7th to bridge that gap to Brash and Munoz.
Get some left-handed bats here in this pocket. Next offer on the way, and a swing and a miss and a slurve from Ferguson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caleb overall, his numbers with Pittsburgh and the Mariners, 2-2, a 3.52 ERA. And this is his 4th appearance in a Mariners uniform, no record, and a 0 ERA. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul out of play in the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's the kind of guy too, Ryan, that can give you multiple innings and get you down the road.
I think that's going to be big as you get into the month of August, especially head out on this road trip. You know, who is it who's going to step up in that 6th and 7th, or is it going to be someone who's going to throw those multiple innings?
Here's the pitch, low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, in just 3 outings, he's gone 2 2/3 innings, giving up no hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Real nice pickup by the guys in the front office. Veteran left-hander coming over from the Pirates. Now the stretch and the 2-2 on the way, swinging a ground ball right past the pitcher out near second. Charging is JP. He's got it, throws the first on the run. It's in time to get Benintendi.
You know,
nice play.
You can see Caleb Ferguson, the ball was hit right back to him. Usually it's so instinctual to stick your hand out and try and make a play, but you know, he knew better right away. Kind of got his hand out of the way. JP right behind him, made a nice play.
Knowing where your defense is. The left-handed hitter up there. Now you got a right-handed bat in Robert, but then a left-handed bat coming up in Montgomery. Here's the pitch. The Robert swinging a ground ball through a wide-open right side of the infield for a base hit. Robert gets aboard for the 2nd time. All right, time now for the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Pen Report. And you got Caleb Ferguson in the ballgame now, replacing Logan Gilbert. Logan goes 5 innings and gives up just 2 base hits. 1 run, he walked 3, and he struck out 6. So here's Montgomery.
Tell you what, Luis Robert, I mean, everyone's talking about him in the trade. No one wanted to pick up that hefty contract because he was struggling. Man, does he look good. He could have helped out the team big time in these last couple of months.
It's a good lead at first, draws a throw from Ferguson. That was the Pen Report, brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and the best in the Northwest. So 1 on, 1 away. The tying run is aboard. Robert. 2-1 Mariners lead. Mariners looking for a sweep over the White Sox. Trying to gain ground on Houston. They're idle today. Here's the pitch. Montgomery takes a strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Yeah, I have a feeling too, Luis Robert looks like he's getting a little itchy over there at first base. Probably going to take off at some point during this at bat.
He's about the only guy that can run on this White Sox ball club. He's got 30 steals. And the pitch on the way, swinging a broken back ground ball wide of third. Over is Gino. He's got it over to second for 1. The relay by Polanco is wide. It gets on by Solano. Backing up on the play is Garber, but a heck of a play by third baseman Eugenio Suarez to get to it. Underhand toss over to Polanco. They got the force there on Robert. And then the low throw to first got him by Solano, so Montgomery is safe at first base. But what a play.
That was really nice, too. Look, Gino Suarez, he had to hesitate for a minute because Polanco was pulled so far to the right in that shift.
Yeah.
So I had to wait for Polanco to actually get there, a little underhand toss. And you can see Polanco just rushing that throw. But no dramas. Montgomery stays put at first base. Cal backing up. Nice play right there from Gino.
So 2 outs, and here's Curtis Meade. And the pitch to Meade is low and inside, and a good block by Mitch Garver. Ball 1. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Rick Riz along with Ryan Rowland-Smith, producer-engineer Kevin Kremen, Shannon Dreyer on the pre- and post-game shows. And again, a lot of room on the right side of the infield. For Meade, a right-handed hitter. Here's the stretch. And the Ferguson 1-0 pitch, swinging a foul behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Trying to crowd Curtis Meade. Any kind of damage he's done, especially this year, he's going to right center field. See Mitch Garver setting up in. Caleb Ferguson doing a nice job getting in under the hands.
And the pitch of your defense. Here's the stretch. And the lefty is next offer, low and inside. Came back inside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Mariners 2 runs, just 4 hits, 1 error. And the White Sox 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. It's quite different than the opening 2 games of the series. Next offer on the way. Swing and a miss by Meade, 2-2.
And this is around the time when the White Sox kind of lit up the bats a little bit the last couple of games around this point, the 5th, 6th, 7th inning. They have been hitting the ball coming into this series.
Ferguson trying to get through the 6th. There's the pitch, swung on, high chopper on the third base side. Ferguson is over. It's going to be a foul ball. He took a quick look at Gino, who was playing way back at third. It landed on the base path and then kicked left into foul territory, and the count is still even on Mead at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That would have been a tough play for anybody who got to it. The ball bounced so high in the air, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned Gino playing way back. Caleb was kind of looking around like, all right, he's going to bail me out as he was moving towards that ball, but trick of foul.
1 on, 2 away. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1 Mariners. Now the set by Ferguson, the 2-2. Swinging a line drive into right field, and that's going to drop in there for a base hit. Canzone had to play it on a hop. Down to second goes Montgomery on a single the other way by Curtis Mead. And now the White Sox have the tying run on at second, and the go-ahead run is out at first base with 2 outs.
So Ferguson trying to elevate right there, and then again, Curtis Mead, that's all he's trying to do is hit that ball into right center field.
So 2 on and 2 away. That'll bring up catcher Edgar Cuero, and time is called. Here comes Danny out of the dugout. Activity down to the bullpen. Let's see, and Danny is going to call for a right-hander to take a look at the right-handed bat of Cuero. So that's going to be it for Caleb Ferguson. White Sox threatening here in the top of the 6th. Don't go away. Mariners lead 2-1. We're going to be right back after this timeout.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not?
Right? He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's on point.
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Looking to take your business to the next level? With Home Street Bank's flexible business banking solutions and high-touch relationships, you can swing for the fences with confidence. Learn more at homestreet.com/homerun. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Well, the new pitcher for the Mariners will be hard-throwing right-hander Carlos Vargas. He takes over in relief. White Sox have runners on at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 6th. The Mariners hanging on to a 2-1 lead.
Carlos Vargas, for the most part, has been a lifesaver for the middle of this Mariners bullpen.
Here's the pitch on the way, and it's going to be a strike. And I think we got a pinch hitter for Cuero. No, that's Cuero. Edgar Cuero 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Here's the pitch from Vargas. A foul out of play in the third base side. Gets out in front of the count in a hurry. That's what you got to do. And the count is now 0-2. Let's see if Vargas can get Cuero to chase one. Montgomery on at second. Mead is the go-ahead run at first. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. Didn't chase. There's a fastball at 98. Ball 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, there's a big reason why they turned him around to hit left-handed. As a righty, he's hit 386.
Now the stretch and the pitch. Low and inside again. Ball 2. 2-2.
As a lefty, he's hitting 210, so drastic splits. Good reason why he's hitting left-handed right now.
They bring in the right-hander to turn Cuero around. 2 on, 2 away. The look in by Vargas. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside, gets on by Garver all the way to the backstop. Almost hit Cuero, and both runners will advance on a wild pitch. How did Cuero not get hit by that pitch? Flew all the way to the backstop. So now you have Montgomery on at third, Mead on at second base. So the tying run is 90 feet away. Mariners hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Almost got the, as we look at the replay, almost the back foot of Cuero. Batting left-handed. Vargas. 3-2 count. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He came back with a fastball at 98 to strike him out. And the White Sox leave the tying run at third, the go-ahead run on at second. What a comeback by Vargas. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Home Street Bank score.
You were born under the sign of transformation, Scorpio, but sometimes you can be resistant to change when it comes to your game. If you're worried that your play is getting stale, you can simply switch up your routine next time you're on the field. You'll keep the opponents guessing as you crush another extra base hit.
Savings based on independent retail price survey.
Mariners baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Home Street Bank scored, Mariners 2 and the White Sox 1 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. What a day out for baseball. Rick Riz along with Ryan Roland Smith, producer engineer Kevin Kremen, Shannon Dreyer. Glad you joined us for the broadcast. Final game of the 3-game series. Mariners looking for a sweep. Quick look at the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. A's win today in Washington, 6-0 over the Nationals. Not much baseball on this Thursday afternoon. We got a good one here though. Julio Rodriguez will lead things off. A new pitcher, right-hander Jordan Leisure, takes over for Chicago. So here's Leisure on in relief, replacing Mr. Smith, Shane Smith. Julio up there. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's a little bit low for ball 1. Ryan, one of our drop-ins just flew out of the booth.
That.
Yeah. We're going to have a fan downstairs maybe read it for us real loud. Here's the stretch of the 1-0 pitch to Julio. Low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. It happens from time to time.
Is that a sign right there that I shouldn't be doing any more reading?
No. No, you're doing great. You're bailing me out. Trying to battle this cold. Thank you very much. Here's the stretch and the 2-0 to Julio. Swinging a foul at the plate. 2-1. Leisure 4-6 with a 4.32 ERA. 46th appearance out of the bullpen. He has 3 saves. He's worked 41 2/3 innings, giving up 39 hits, 23 walks, and 50 strikeouts.
Yeah, up and 90s fastball, throws a slider, occasional split.
Next pitch to Julio, swinging a ground ball to a low and short off the glove of the third baseman Baldwin off to his left, and it kicks into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Julio Rodriguez. Mariners looking to add on. They lead by 1, 2-1.
Yeah, I just couldn't handle this ball. Brooks Baldwin has a little bit of that top spin to it, to his left. And again, really, that would have been a tough one. No dive from him, though, but This is where you need to capitalize when you got this kind of lineup coming up to hit. You got some of the run, the threat to run, steal that base.
There's Donovan Solano, first at bat, replacing Josh Naylor. Here's the pitch way up high to Solano for ball 1. We haven't had any word yet from the clubhouse, and we don't expect we would, but Naylor obviously had a very uncomfortable swing his first time up and second time. Keep our fingers crossed that Josh is going to be all right, but in the meantime, Solano takes over. Julio will lead, and there he goes. Good jump, pitch of the way, swing and a miss, and no throw by the catcher, Cuero. I don't know when he popped off from behind home plate if he didn't have a good grip on the ball or what, but Julio had a huge jump, and there's stolen base number 21 on the year for Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, he had no chance of throwing him out. Leisure was so slow to the plate. Julio got a massive jump. And again, you knew at some point in this at-bat he was going to take off to second.
Now Julio leads off second. Here's the pitch on the way. Solano check swing. It's fouled out of play on the first base side. And the count is now 1-2.
I'll tell you what, too, Rick. Donovan Solano in the lineup right now. We don't know what's going on with Josh Naylor, but this is that time of year where if you're a bench player, those at-bats are so few and far between because it's going to be the same lineup every day.
Yeah. Next offer to Donovan. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And there's one away. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Mariners baseball. KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 and HD3 Tacoma, Seattle. KTTH AM Seattle. K233 DT Eastlake and 33 BU Seattle.
1 on and 1 away, bottom of the 6th inning. Mariners lead 2-1. Here's Eugenio Suarez. The pitch to Gino, swing and a miss. Starts him off with a slider. 0-1. By the way, this call to the bullpen brought to you by the Sunset Auto family in Sumner and Auburn. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that. Now the 0-1 to Gino. Swing, and it's popped straight up behind home plate. Coming back is Cuero to the seats. He's got some room, and he's there to make the catch. So 2 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And, man, this is an opportunity, Ryan, that They really need to cash in.
Yeah, they really do. For a couple of reasons. Number one, you kind of feel like that momentum is shifting more towards the White Sox. I know that sounds crazy. They've only scored the 1 run. But the Mariners got the 2 runs in the 3rd inning off the Randy Rosarina home run. And since then, it's just kind of been quiet. But you don't want to squander these opportunities. Lead off base hit, steal the base, score in position.
Here's Jorge Polanco, and he takes a pitch low, and it gets away from the catcher Cuero way to his right, all the way to the Mariners' first base dugout, and that will send Julio to third base on a wild pitch. And another one of those, and the Mariners will have a 2-run lead. Man, Leeser just buried this thing out in front of the plate. And that made it tough for Cuero to try to block it. Ball 1 the count on Polanco. Jorge's been aboard twice with a walk in the 2nd. And a line drive single to the right field last time up in the 4th. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Mariners. The pitch. Bounces it again, and this time Cuero knocks it down. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. After our ball game, the Seahawks have their first exhibition game of the year across the way at Lumen Field as they play the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's the stretch and the 2-0 pitch. Polanco takes strike 1 on the outside corner, 2-1. I know you're a big rugby fan.
Oh, really?
No? Oh, that's a tough sport.
No, yeah, it is. It's tough to keep up with them over here, that's for sure. Watching too much baseball.
The 2-1. Swing and a line drive into right field. Backing up Taylor to the 1-inch track. He's there and will make the catch. And that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 7th. Still, Home Street Bank score. The Mariners 2, the White Sox 1.
If you
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Well, we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Mariners leading the White Sox by a score of 2-1. Carlos Vargas on the mound for the Mariners. He got the final out in the top of the 6th inning. Brooks Baldwin will lead things off. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Baldwin takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Glad you could join us for all the play-by-play today. Plenty of sunshine on this Thursday afternoon in Seattle. Now the 0-1 pitch. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, it's Vargas is going to cover some ground here to get through this 7th inning. Might see a Gabe Spire match up here against some of these lefties. Matt Brash.
Now the 1-1, swinging a drive deep to right field. Canzone going back, looking up with a leap, and it is gone. Goodbye baseball. A home run for Brooks Baldwin, his 6th of the year, and the White Sox have just tied it at 2-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Their 2nd home run of the day. Michael A. Taylor with a home run to left field back in the 5th. We got a tie game at 2.
Get some of that production down the bottom of his lineup. You know, one thing with Vargas, watching him throw, he usually has that really heavy sink on that fastball. Everything's kind of flattening out. I've noticed the last couple of outings, staying on plane. There's another one just kind of cut out over the middle of the plate.
Now here's Michael A. Taylor, and he takes a sinker for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Had a close one this afternoon. We had 2 high-scoring games, the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Next offer, here's a bunt attempt, and it's inside on Taylor for ball 1 ball to 1 strike. This is the guy that hit a home run his last time up in the 5th inning. The look in by Vargas. He delivers. Up and in, ball 2, 2 balls, and no strikes to count. Logan Gilbert started the ball game, went 5 innings, gave up just 1 run on 2 hits, walked 3, and he struck out 6. The stretch and the 2-1 pitch, bunt attempt out in front of the plate, picked up by Garver. The throw to first to Solano, and it's in time to get Taylor trying to bunt his way aboard. Good job by Mitch Garver to pounce on it very quickly, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, Michael A. Taylor can get down that line. He didn't rush the throw. Knew he had just enough time, set his feet, made the play.
And now time is called. Here comes manager Dan Wilson out of the dugout. He's going to go to the bullpen one more time. Mike Talkman is doing next. You're going to see some left-handed hitters. So here comes Gabe Spire. Don't go away. 2-2 tie here in the top of the 7th. We'll be back after this timeout.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing.
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lauren Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lauren Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
Play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Don't miss Ichiro Jersey Night, Friday, August 8th, presented by Sato. His number retirement ceremony Saturday, August 9th, and replica plaque day Sunday, August 10th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro.
Well, the new pitcher for the Mariners will be left-hander Gabe Spire. Spire has been outstanding. We've got a 2-2 tie here in the top of the 7th inning. Brooks Baldwin led off the inning with a home run to right field to tie the game at 2. Now there's 1 away, and Gabe Spire in the ball game to face the left-handed hitting Mike Talkman.
At the top of this White Sox lineup, it's been potent. Sosa's on deck. Spire has been really good. Chance to do that left-on-left matchup.
Here's a set by Spire, and he fires away. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Spire 2-1 with a 2.28 ERA, 51 appearances. 43 in the 3rd innings, giving up only 30 base hits, just 10 walks, and 58 strikeouts. A great fastball slider combination. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Good fastball at 95, well located, and the count is 0-2 on Talkman. He gets right-handers out too. He'll throw that fastball in on the right-handers. Gabe, glove hand, right at his chest, looks in, gets a sign from Mitch Garver. 1 out, nobody on. Now the lefties 0-2 on the way to Talkman. Up high, ball 1 ball, and 2 strikes. White Sox for the better part of over a month now playing .500 baseball. That's an improvement where they were the previous 3 months. Next offer on the way, and it's way up and in for ball 1. Make it ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Talkman. 2-2. Talkman, a former Cub last year. Spire ready. And the next offering on the way, swing and a miss for strike 3. Spire strikes him out. Man, he is chalking up the strikeouts this year.
He is, and big reason why the velocity's gone up again this year. He had some injuries last year, had struggled a little bit, obviously performance, but injuries cost him a lot last year. But that's just the typical where you are sitting, thinking, trying to protect against that slider if you're Tuckman, and then you get that fastball, no chance.
It's 59 strikeout. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way to Sosa. And it's a strike 0-1. See how the guys are doing on the north side of town in Chicago. Cubbies are 66-48, 4 back of the Milwaukee Brewers. They were impressive the last time the Mariners saw them. Here's the pitch, low and inside in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. They swing the bat. Oh, that hit him. That hit Sosa, so he's on at first base. And it seemed like everybody in that order for Milwaukee.
Yeah,
they've
taken control of that Central National League, where it was all about the Cubs early on. Brewers off a little bit of a slower start, but tell you what, that lineup is so potent.
That'll bring up another left-handed bat, and Andrew Benintendi. 1 on and 2 outs for the White Sox. They're in the top of the 7th. They have tied the game at 2-2. Benintendi 0 for 3. The stretch by Spire delivers a breaking ball slider low and away for ball 1. Will Venable is the new skipper for the White Sox. Young guy took control of the ball club during the offseason. Here's the pitch, swung on, high ball, way back to right field, deep, going backhand zone to the 1. He tracked to the wall. He's got some room, and he makes the catch. Can zone, just enough room out in straightaway right field. Off the bat of Benintendi, that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mariners 2.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Tickets at mariners.com.
Become an all-star saver with a 4.05% APY 4 or 7-month featured CD. Go to homestreet.com/CDHIT to check out all of their rates and learn more. Terms and conditions apply. $500 minimum opening deposit. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mariners baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Mariners and the White Sox all tied at 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mitch Garver leads it off. Jordan delivers, and it's a slider for a strike. 0-1. Riz, along with Ryan Roland Smith, we're coming to you live from the Western Washington Toyota broadcast booth. A beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Seattle. Mariners looking for a sweep. Here's the pitch. Low and outside for ball 1, 1-1. And Ryan, they're looking for the offense to get going. We've seen plenty of offense in the previous 2 games.
Yeah, you feel like the energy's just kind of been non-existent since that third inning. Maybe around the time Josh Chandler went to the locker room. Has that effect sometimes?
On the 1-1, a swing and a miss by Garver. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, but just really nothing doing. We talked about how important these middle innings are because slowly but surely that you start to lose some of that control of this game. The White Sox are back in it.
The 1-2, up and in. A check swing. Did he go? He did not. 2 balls and field way back in the second. Mariners would love to win this one in 8.5 innings. Here's the pitch. On the way, the 2-2 swing and a miss by Garver, strike 3. And the Mariners have 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Be here at T-Mobile Park for one of the biggest events of the season on August 22nd. It's the Mariners Drone Show, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Catch the Mariners take on the A's and a dazzling post-game show featuring 500 drones. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Well, time is called. White Sox manager Will Venable out to the mound. That's going to be a
So before first pitch or after a big win, swing by AM/PM, where the lineup is always delicious. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Looking to take your business to the next level? With Home Street Bank's flexible business banking solutions and high-touch relationships, you can swing for the fences with confidence. Learn more at homestreet.com/homerun. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Mariners and the White Sox all tied at 2-2, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. The new pitcher is left-hander Brian Hudson. Dom Canzone will face Hudson. Here's the pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball right side off to his left. The second baseman Sosa, he's got it, throws the first in time to get Canzone, and that's out number 2. Coming to you live from the Western Washington Toyota broadcast booth.
Another one of those lefties in the bullpen. Brian Hudson kind of got that funky low 3/4 arm slot, tough on lefties. He's having a tough year this year, 5.5 ERA. Came over from the Brewers.
Seeing a couple lefties right away in Canzone and now J.P. Crawford. There's a set by Hudson, delivers, and it's down low with a sinker, ball 1. Mariners 5-1 on this homestand after they took 3 out of 4 from Texas. They won the opening 2 games here against the White Sox. The 1-0 to JP. Strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. They would love nothing better than a sweep of Chicago. And then welcome Tampa Bay into town. Way off the line at third is Baldwin. Now the set by Hudson, delivers. Breaking ball, it's inside. Ball 2, 2-1. JP 1 for 2 with a base hit and scored a run back in the 3rd inning when the Mariners got their 2 runs on a Randy Arozarena home run. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3, 3-1. Here's when the Mariners have been really good this series. With somebody getting on with 2 outs and then scoring a run or 2. The stretch and the 3-1. And it's outside for ball 4. So JP draws the walk, and the Mariners have the go-ahead run on at first base with 2 outs.
He's got such good plate discipline, Rick. We know that, but just the fact that he can handle righties is the same. Left is just the same as righties.
Yeah.
You can flip that ball into left field, makes it so much tougher. When you're left on left, when you got someone who can just take that ball into left field, get a little deeper, it's so much tougher to throw that breaking ball to him.
Now time is called. Cuero, the catcher, out to the mound. Have a talk with Hudson. JP draws a walk. Big walk right there. And that'll bring Randy Rosarena, who gave the Mariners their 2 runs with that 2-run home run with JP aboard back in the 3rd inning. And home plate umpire Marvin Hudson breaks up the conversation. They head on back behind home plate. Here we go. Randy Rosarena steps in. 1 for 3 with that big home run into Edgar's Cantina back in the 3rd inning. The stretch by Hudson. High leg kick delivers, and it's a strike ball with a cutter, 0-1. Randy would like nothing better than to hit another one into Edgar's Cantina and give the Mariners a 2-run lead. Here's the set. And the 2-0 pitch, or make it the 0-1 pitch, is outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-2 tie. White Sox have out hit the Mariners 5-4. JP a lead at first. Here's the pitch to Randy. It's high. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Now he's sitting on a fastball right here. Let's see if he gets it from Hudson. Hudson looks in. The sign, the set. Crawford a lead, and he draws a throw, and JP dives back to the bag.
Hudson does have a good move over to first base. You saw that the first night here. He pitched against the Mariners. Quick little move to first base.
Crawford again a lead. Now the touch by Hudson. Here's the pitch on the way to Randy. It's a strike on the inside corner. And the count evens at 2-2, and it was right there. On deck, Cal Raleigh. Mariners trying to make something happen right here, right now. The look in, the stretch, and another move over to first base, and JP dives back to the bag. So that's 2 engagements. With JP on at first base. Let's see what kind of lead he gets right now. Counts 2-2. The look in by Hudson. And the pitch to Randy, it's strike 3 called on the inside corner. And it was right there. So that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on. We go to the top of the 8th. Home Street Bank score. Mariners 2, the White Sox 2.
Adventures taste better with Lone River Lemonades.
Wherever you are and whenever you need help. 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, proud partners of Seattle Mariners Radio.
This is Mariners Baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
Our home street bank score, it's the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 2, and it's been that way for, well, since last inning when the White Sox hit a home run to tie things up. Home run by Brooks Baldwin. Randy Rosarena hit a 2-run shot back in the third inning. Mariners have a new pitcher, right-hander Matt Brash, takes over in relief, Brian, and this guy's been outstanding.
He really has. I mean, didn't miss a beat since coming off the IL from a Tommy John surgery. It wasn't a short stay on the IL, but, man, was thrown right into the fire right out of the gates. Been a little shaky recently with that command of that breaking ball.
Here's his first pitch on the way to Luis Robert Jr., and he gets it in there for a strike on 1.
But real similar to Munoz. If he can land that breaking ball in the strike zone, it just sets everything up for the rest of the at-bat.
That's a really good slider. Here's the stretch in the 0-1. Swung on, line drive into right center field on the run. Julio can't get to it. Going to drop in. A base hit for Robert. His third base hit of the afternoon. He's been on board 4 times. So Robert on at first.
Able to keep his hands inside that 97 mile per hour fastball, was middle in.
We'll bring up Colson Montgomery, left-handed hitter. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Brash looking for a ground ball double play. Here's the set by Matt. And the pitch to Montgomery is over for a strike. Good slider. 0-1. On deck is Curtis Mead. Another right-handed bat. Keep your eyes on Robert over at first. There he goes. Pitch on the way. Swing and a foul off the catcher, Mitch Garver. Or was it a foul ball?
Yeah, you can see the White Sox bench frustrated, thinking that no way that came in contact with the bat.
And it was, thank goodness. And the count is 0-2 on Montgomery, and Robert will have to get back to first base. He was off to the races. Oh, it
like it hit him in the foot.
It hit him in the foot.
But he swung.
He swung, and it hit him in the foot. What a break. Wow. That's why the ball bounded away from Mitch Garver. So 0-2 the count on Montgomery. That shows you how much break there is on Brash's slider. Robert to lead. Here's the set. And the 0-2 pitch. There goes Robert. Pitch on the way, a ball, and no throw down to second base by Garver. Mitch popped out for behind home plate, but no throw. And Robert with a steal. His 31st of the year.
Yeah, good jump from Luis Robert, and a tough pitch. We talk about that bigger breaking ball. It's got that 20 inches of horizontal movement. It is such a tough ball to catch, pop, and release.
Next offer on the way, and a swing and a miss by Montgomery for strike 3. So a big strikeout for Matt Brash. Got him on a slider, 1 on and 1 away. Brash trying to keep that go-ahead run out there at second base.
Yeah, the big key is just commanding the 2 breaking balls. We're seeing that here early. Now he can face a righty in Curtis Mead.
Here's the pitch to Mead, and it's outside. Ball 1. Matt looks in, has a sign. A stretch and a turnaround and look, and Robert gets back to second base. Mead is 1 for 3 on the day with a single his last time up in the right field, back in the 6th. Next offer, swing and a miss. There's that slider again. Shows up on your doorstep. All of a sudden, it's in the backyard.
I've never heard that before.
I just made that up. That was
a good one. I like it.
Nasty.
I'm going to steal that from now on.
You can have it. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate, and the count is now 1-2 on Mead. One on and 1 away. And Matt Brash out there trying to keep it a 2-2 tie. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. A close one this afternoon. That's what the Mariners do. That's how they do it. They play so many close games. The stretch of the 1-2 pitch, swinging a line drive into left field for a base hit. Robert takes off for third. Up with the ball is Randy. The throw home is going to be cut off by Gino. So Curtis Mead with a base hit, and now the White Sox have runners at first and third with one out.
Another big breaking ball, just caught too much of the plate, especially against Curtis Mead, who looked really bad on a couple of them early on in this at-bat.
So now the White Sox have the go-ahead run out at third. And Matt Brash needs a double play ball right here to get out of the inning. Edgar Cuero is the hitter. Base hits by Robert and by Meade in between the strikeout of Montgomery. And Mitch Garver going through the signs right now. Infield is back up the middle. They're looking for a double play ball. Even with Robert on at third base representing the lead run. JP toward the bag at second. Straight away at second is Polanco. Here's the pitch. And it's inside on Cuero for ball one. Brash dangles that arm off to his side. Looks in, has a sign from Mitch. Delivers. Check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. The call down to the third base umpire in the check swing, and the count is even on Cuero at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brash ready. And the right-hander's 1-1 pitch. Runner goes from first, and it's a ball. No throw down to second base. And Meade waltzes into second base with a steal. Unchallenged. And now the infield will have to come in for a play at the plate as the count goes to 2-1 on Cuero. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Cuero. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Brash needs a good old-fashioned strikeout right here. Runners out at second and third and just 1 out. 2-2 tie, top of the 8th inning. Brash looks in, the sign from Garver, the stretch, and the 2-2 pitch is low and inside. Ball 3. 3-2. Didn't miss by much. On deck, third baseman Brooks Baldwin. Robert on at third, Meade on at second. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. At the top rung of the strike zone, Matt Brash strikes out Edgar Cuero looking at strike 3. Second strikeout for Brash, and that's a huge strikeout right there. 2 outs for the White Sox.
Yeah, it really is. Now, you got the bottom of the lineup, but they're the ones who have done all the damage. This man right here, Brooks Baldwin, hit that home run in the 7th inning. Michael A. Taylor hit the home run early in this game.
Infield now back. Here's the pitch on the way to Baldwin. A check swing. Did he go? He did not. Ball 1. Yeah, Baldwin jumped on a pitch from Vargas, hit it out to right field as Canzone just ran out of room. All tied at 2-2, but the Sox threatening here in the top of the 8th inning. Brash trying to get himself out of a jam. Looks in, has a sign. Here's the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Baldwin. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
The White Sox had George Kirby on the ropes early in the game yesterday. Couldn't get anything across the line. And here they are again threatening in the 8th. Had just the 1 out with a runner on third.
Brash delivers, and it's inside. Another slider. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
Able to hold that swing up.
Again, they check with the third base umpire in the check swing. It didn't go. Brooks Baldwin starting the year in AAA Charlotte. The look in by Brash, and the right-hander's 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the first base line. Right there, Donovan Solano. He's got it. Waves off Brash. Goes to the bag for the out on Baldwin, and that will retire the side. Brash gets out of a jam. The White Sox leave 2 runners stranded. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Fred Meyer shoppers, you never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Hundreds of beautiful rooms and suites, rooftop dining at Smoke and Cedar, and the best gaming in the Northwest. All waiting for you at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
This is Mariners Baseball on 710 Seattle Sports and Seattle Red on 770.
What a ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Home Street Bank score. It's the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 2. Another pitcher for Chicago, right-hander Grant Taylor takes over in relief. 0-2 with a 4.29 ERA, making his 19th appearance of the year. Mariners looking for a run to take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cal Raleigh will lead things off. I can't think of a better way to take the lead with a big dumper home run to right field.
Yeah,
here's
good.
the pitch on the way to Cal, and it's low and inside for ball 1. That sounds good, doesn't it?
100%. Here in the 8th. Nothing doing offensively, just a couple of base runners since that 3rd inning.
Now the windup and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Cal. Check swing. Does he go? He does not. It's inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
He's in a good count right here. A couple breaking balls. He didn't buy that.
Let's see if Taylor serves up the fastball. The windup and the 2-0 pitch on the way to Cal. Check swing and it's outside. It was a fastball, but it missed. Ball 3. Green light him from here to, downtown Seattle. Here's the windup. And the 3-0 on the way to Cal. And it's down low, ball 4. So the Mariners have the go-ahead run out at first base. That's what the Mariners have been doing in this series. They're taking their walks.
Right. Yeah, and it's cost the White Sox, too. I mean, the situation in that first game where a couple good at-bats. There was a walk in front of Julio. Cal Raleigh.
Here's Julio Rodriguez. Julio with a base hit in left field, back in the 6th inning, the stretch. And the pitch on the way from Taylor. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, Randy walked last night, scored a run. Julio walked, scored a run. Cal drew a walk, scored a run. Dom Canzo walked, scored a run. You get traffic, you had a chance. Here's the stretch and the 0-1 pitch. Julio swinging a ground ball right side and through for a base hit. Cal the turn at second. He'll check in there. Up with the ball in a hurry is Taylor. So Julio Rodriguez with a base hit the other way. And here come the Mariners in the bottom of the 8th inning. First and second with nobody out.
Now we're talking, Rick. We've got some action going on. I'll tell you what, Julio Rodriguez, that was a little cut fastball. Yeah, you got to protect against that 100-mile-per-hour fastball from Grant Taylor. Get something bat speed. You can poke through the right field. Mariners are in business.
And look who's coming up. Cole Young will pinch hit for Donovan Solano. And here comes, is that Venable or Katz? That's Ethan Katz, the pitching coach for the White Sox, out to pay Taylor a little bit of a visit. So we got a lot of mental gymnastics going on right now.
Yeah, a situation, too, where Cole could lay a bunt down. We've already seen him do that this season. And just a quick little scouting report for Grant Taylor.
Cole Young swinging a great bat right now, Ryan.
Yeah, he really is. And handling plus pitches, we talked about the left on left, but also handling plus velocity as well. Grant Taylor's going to be 98 to 100 today.
Got to get the barrel out there, just be a little bit quicker. You don't have to swing harder, just quicker. Cole, a base hit in last night's game. He was 1 for 3, hitting 250 on the year, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. In last night's game, he picked up his first major league stolen base. So here's Cole Young out to pinch hit for Donovan Solano. Runners at first and second. White Sox looking for the bunt. Here's the set and the pitch, and Cole turns the bunt, lays it down third base side. Picked up by Baldwin. The throw to first, and it's in time to get Cole Young. He gets the job done. The sacrifice bunt by Cole along the third base line. That opened up the gate for Cal to get to third and Julio to get to second. And listen to the ovation for Cole Young, the pinch hit sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, and this is tough, too. This was up and in, right? Now, we're talking about upper 90s fastball up to 100. But did a really good job. First pitch he'd seen from Grant Taylor, able to get down perfect bunt.
Wow. That's outstanding.
So I got a pinch runner, Miles Mastrobuoni.
So you got Mastrobuoni on at third base right now. Pinch running for Cal. So Mastrobuoni on at third. And here's Eugenio Suarez, who provided a huge insurance run in last night's game with a sacrifice fly. And now he's got the infield up close and 2 on in scoring position with only 1 out. The stretch by Taylor. He delivers to Gino, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Suarez, the sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 8th inning to score a run. Mariners needed that because the White Sox came back. And the Mariners held on to win 8-6. Now the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch to Gino. Check swing. It's inside. Ball 1, 1-1. So we have Mastrobuoni on at third base. And Julio on at second. Great speed aboard. Everybody up close around the White Sox infield. Hard ground ball gets through. Now the stretch. And the 1-1 to Suarez. Strike 2 called. You're right. Fastball at 100 miles an hour from Grant Taylor. Rushes that fastball up the home plate. Gino back up there.
Gino has been able to handle that plus velocity this year. 3 home runs on pitches 95 plus.
Here's the stretch and the next offer on the way. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball for strike 3. And the Mariners have 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that'll bring up Jorge Polanco, and he'll bat, of course, from the left side against the right-hander Taylor. Polanco tried to get as much information as he could from the on-deck circle.
Yeah, look for Polanco just trying to stay up the middle, find that outfield grass. And they're going to walk him.
They're going to put him on. You're right. So Polanco will get the free pass. They don't want to pitch to him. And now the Mariners have the bases loaded. And they want the righty-righty matchup with Taylor, the right-hander, facing Mitch Garver. So here's Garver, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He had a base hit, line to single in left field back in the second. Garver looking to put the Mariners on top. All tied at 2-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Garver. Swing and a miss. That fastball at 97, 0-1. Make it a cutter at 97? Wow, that's what it shows up as. Mastrobuoni on at third, Julio on at second. Polanco, good lead at first base. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Garver. Strike 2 called. Came back with a fastball at 100 miles an hour. And the count is 0-2 on Mitch. Grant Taylor looks in, glove hand underneath his left armpit. As the sign from Cuero, runner at every base. And now time is called as Garver backs away from home plate. And so does Taylor on the mound. Now both are ready. No, Garver wants time again from home plate umpire Marvin Hudson. And he gets it. 0-2 the count on Mitch Garver, trying to get to that fastball. Runners a lead at every base. Here we go, the stretch. And the 0-2 on the way to Garver. Check swing, it's outside. Ball 1. Didn't chase. Took the slider down and away, and the count 1-2. Inning started with the Cal Raleigh walk to the base hit by Julio. Now the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. Mariners leave the bases loaded here in the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th tied. It's the Mariners 2, the White Sox 2.
Michael's toy.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Well, here we go to the top half of the ninth inning, and we are still tied at 2-2. We got senior smoke, Andres Munoz on the mound for the Mariners, who worked the top of the ninth inning, and a new first baseman, Dylan Moore, takes over at that spot. So here is Munoz, and the White Sox will lead it off with Michael A. Taylor, who hit a home run back in the fifth inning. White Sox are 2 runs on home runs, right?
Munoz able to get the save last time, but it took him about 20 pitches before he started really locking it in.
Yeah, they really made him work. Here's a slider on the way, and it's low and inside to Taylor for ball 1. And the Mariners had a golden opportunity. Bases loaded, could not score in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're in the top half of the 9th, all tied at 2. Here's the pitch to Taylor. Swung on, fouled away behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners looking for a sweep. Houston idle today. So the Mariners have a chance to pick up a half game to get to 1.5 behind the Astros in the West. The 1-1. Inside, ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Taylor, Tauchman, and Sosa, 9, 1, and 2 in the order for Will Venable. Here in the 9th inning, Mariners in the bottom of the 9th, Canzone, Crawford, and Randy Rosarena. The pitch, swing and a miss by Taylor, tied him up with a pitch in on his hands. Count is even on Taylor at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's pretty nasty up and on his pitch, in on the hands, and a big strike too against Michael A. Taylor, who's starting to see the ball really good these last couple of nights.
Yeah.
Last couple of games, starting to heat up. It's a big out right here.
Taylor back up there. Munoz looks in, really bends to the waist. And the 2-2 to Taylor. Slider, strike 3 called on the inside corner. And a big strikeout for Andres Munoz. Gets the call and 1 away for Chicago.
Yeah, that slider kind of backed up a little bit, but just able to land it. Freezes Michael A. Taylor. Ball.
And a good on the receiving end. Mitch Garver, good job to frame that pitch to help Munoz get that strike. Here's Mike Tauchman. Tauchman 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch, check, swing, a strike. 0-1. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. What a game this afternoon here at T-Mobile Park. Tampa Bay in town tomorrow night, but the Mariners looking to get Game 3 against the Sox. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, line drive left field, in toward the corner, on the run, Randy Rosarena reaches out and he makes the catch. Just as he got to the warning track, Randy Rosarena outruns the baseball. He gets to it in the left field corner. He acknowledges the fans at Edgar's Cantina out there. Holy smokes, what a catch by Randy. 2 outs for the White Sox here in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, he made a beeline towards that ball. It's a natural instinct when you first see it off the bat, especially fading away from him. Your first instinct is maybe round that ball off if you can, but he went straight to it.
Here's Lenin Sosa. Sosa with a strike, and the count is 0-1. That ball was heading for the corner. It would have rattled around for an easy double. But Randy took it away from Mike Tauchman. 2 outs. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch to Sosa. Way outside in the dirt. Ball gets on by Garver. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Man, what a catch. Mariners have been flashing some great defense. J.P. Crawford in last night's game. The ground ball up the middle. Diving stop. Shovel toss right out of his glove right to Cole Young for an out at second. Now the 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. First base side, foul territory. Mitch Garver is there, plenty of room, and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. And what a job by Senior Smoke, Andres Munoz. He takes care of the Sox 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Any kind of run will win it. Home Street Bank score, the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 2.
Looking for an epic summer night in Seattle?
be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
Wow, it's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
It's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment. It's a raft. It's
Street Bank's flexible business banking solutions and high-touch relationships. You can swing for the fences with confidence. Learn more at homestreet.com/home run. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Well, here we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Mariners and the White Sox all tied at 2-2. It's been that way since the seventh inning. And Dom Canzone will lead things off against a new pitcher. Tyler Gilbert will take over for the White Sox. He's 4-1 with a 2.94 ERA in 30 appearances. Canzone can win it with one swing of the bat. No doubt about it. 7 home runs on the year. And now time is called. Gilbert, before he throws a pitch, wants to talk things over with Quero. I think he's got a problem with his pitch count device, his receiver in his hat. What happened to the good old days, Ryan, where you put down 1 for fastball, 2 for curve?
I have no problem. I never got a chance to use the pitch comp, but I'm a huge fan of it. Because I was so paranoid with the runners on, not on, that I'm picking up my signs, what I was throwing. This just eliminates all that. But you're not a fan of the pitch comp, correct? Or?
Not when this happens.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's a little bit too much technology. Right. And you know what's faster? Nothing is faster than putting down one thing. Nobody's on base. Here's the pitch coming up to Dom Canzone, and it's a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1.
Well, Dom Canzone get a chance to face that lefty late in the game. Gilbert, opponents are hitting 125. Lefties are hitting 125 off Gilbert.
The stretch and the 1-0 to Dom. Strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners looking for another walk-off win. They have 7 of them this year. Here's the pitch on the way to Dom, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Canzone, 7 home runs on the year, 16 runs batted in. The look in by Gilbert. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball along the third base line. Foul. Right to third base coach Chris Negron, and the count is still a ball and 2 strikes. Mariners had a walk-off win on Friday night against the Texas Rangers. And that 2-run home run, walk-off home run off the bat of J.P. Crawford. Still 1-2 on Canzone. White Sox have the bullpen busy with the right-hander Steven Wilson getting loose. Got J.P. Crawford due up next. And then Randy Arozarena. Here's the stretch by the left-hander, and the 1-2 on the way to Canzone. Swinging a foul back. He fought off that pitch. Keeps the at-bat alive.
Man, that's a nasty sweeper. You got to try and fight off to stay in this at-bat. 1-2 count. Again, lefty's hitting 125 off of Gilbert.
Dom trying to get on board any way he can or win it with 1 swing. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball left side. Way to his right to backhand it. Here's Montgomery. Long throw to first, and it's in time to get Canzone. Colson Montgomery was shaded toward the bag at second with a left-handed hitting. Canzone had to go way to his right. Makes a heck of a play. 1 out. And that'll bring up J.P. Crawford. Can Lightning strike twice on this homestand? He had the walk-off game-winning home run against the Rangers, as we mentioned.
Against the lefty, too.
Yeah, lefty on left. You're right. Here's the stretch. And the pitch to Crawford. In there for a strike right at the knees. According to Marvin Hudson. 0-1 the count on Crawford. JP has a single. He was aboard when Randy hit that home run back in the 3rd. Now the stretch and the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's a sweeper at 81 miles an hour. Got JP out in front, and the count is now 0-2. Crawford now with 9 home runs on the year. Mariners looking for a little more magic here at T-Mobile Park this afternoon. Here's the set by Gilbert, the 0-2, way outside with a sweeper for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. How many games have the Mariners played like this? A bunch. Now the look in by Gilbert, the 1-2 pitch, way outside with another breaking ball. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners are 23-15. Games decided by 1 run. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 9th inning. Game tied at 2. The stretch by Gilbert, Tyler Gilbert, and the 2-2 to JP. Swing and a well-hit ball, but he pulls it foul, way foul in the right field side. The count is still even on Crawford at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Man, got a good pitch to hit, too. That little cutter / slider out over the plate. Just pulled the trigger a little too soon.
Crawford back up there with that open stance. Gilbert ready from the belt. And the lefties 2-2 again. Swing and a miss and a sweeper for strike 3. And now the Mariners have 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Randy Arozarena. Randy gave the Mariners their 2 runs back in the 3rd with a 2-run home run. Can he end it with another one? He has 23 home runs on the year. That's a career high, matches his career high. Pitch on the way to Randy. Up high for ball 1. On deck is Miles Mastrobuoni. The look in by Gilbert. Here's the stretch and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Randy. Swinging a ground ball to third. Tricky hop. Handled by Baldwin. The long throw to first, and it's in time to get Randy. And we are going to go into extra innings this afternoon here at T-Mobile Park. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners in the bottom of the 9th inning. We go to the top half of the 10th. Home Street Bank score. It is still the Mariners 2 and the White Sox 2.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend is on deck at T-Mobile Park. Don't miss Ichiro Jersey Night, Friday, August 8th, presented by Sato. His number retirement ceremony Saturday, August 9th, and replica plaque day Sunday, August 10th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro.
Well, to the top of the 10th inning for the 18th time this year. The Mariners playing in extra innings. And on the mound, Eduard Bizardo. The takeover in the relief. The White Sox, Mariners all tied at 2. They got the free runner at second. That's Sosa. Benintendi is the hitter. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Fly ball straight away center field. Backing up is Julio. Backing up. He's there. Sets up and he makes the catch. And holding at second base is Sosa on a strong throw to third. 1 away. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Sports on 710, KIRO AM Seattle, and Seattle Red on 770, KTTH AM Seattle, KIRO FM HD2 and HD3 Tacoma, Seattle.
1 out, 1 on, and here's Luis Robert Jr. He's been aboard all 4 times in this game. Bizzardo ready, fires away. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. We're in extra innings every time this season. The Mariners win in extras. Your local Northwest Chevy dealers are donating $500 to youth baseball programs right here in Puget Sound. Thank you, Northwest Chevy dealers. The look in by Bizzardo. Check of the runner Sosa. The pitch to Robert. Way up and in as Robert gets out of the way. From ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Robert has walked, singled twice, and he has doubled.
I know the damage has been done by the bottom of the order, but this is the toughest part of this lineup. Luis Robert, the way he's swinging it right now.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And then Montgomery in the on-deck circle. So this is a huge out right now. And a good count, 1-2. That swing and miss on the slider, got to execute. Put up a 0 here, you're in great shape to win this game.
Bizzardo looks in. The key is getting that first out without advancing the runner. Here's the pitch to Robert, swinging a ground ball foul on the third base side, and the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. And they didn't. Because if you do, then it just takes a fly ball to grab a lead. 1 on and 1 away, 2-2 tie, top of the 10th inning. For the 18th time this season. Bizzardo from the belt. And the 1-2 to Robert is high. Oh, man, looking where it landed. That looked like strike 3.
Needed that right there.
Oh, man. Did not get the call. It's ball 2. Should have been strike 3. 2-2 the count on Robert. Sosa again a lead at second. The stretch and the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him with a slider. Got him anyway. Huge strikeout for Edward Bizzardo. That's his best pitch, that nasty slider down and away to a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, it's really good. You're starting to see some of that, that two-seamer come into play a little bit more, especially with 2 strikes. But that right there, he's bread and butter. Really tough slider to pick up.
Man, this kid is just maturing right in front of our eyes this year, isn't he?
Kind of gotten over that hump where he can spray the fastball a little bit, getting bad counts. He's just cleaned it up in regards to some of the polish.
And the Mariners are going to walk intentionally. Colson Montgomery, that's a good idea. You already got the lead run there at second. You got Montgomery, a left-handed hitter. Now you got right on right with Curtis Mead. Mead is 2 for 4 in the day. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 tie. Bizzardo looking for that final out here in the 10th. Get his offense back to work. Pitch on the way to Mead is a strike called with a slider. Man, this kid has been good. Bizzardo 5-0 with a 2.98 ERA, 52nd appearance on the season. Nothing seems to face him. Runners get their leads. The 0-1 pitch. And that hits. Mead on the hand. The ball goes rolling up the first base line. And Bizzardo gets to it, steps on the bag. That's a swing. Now Dan Wilson can argue that's a swing. It should be an out. Was he swinging? He was hit by the pitch, but it was in the process of swinging, and now the umpire is going to take a look at it. And the Mariners are going to have a replay review. If he's swinging, his hand is part of the bat.
Well, it looked like Trip Gibson put his hand up as if to say he was out once Bizzardo touched the bag. That's off the. That's
about the knob.
Looks like it's off the knob off the bat.
And it pinched the bottom of the hand of Mead. He's swinging. That bat is moving forward. And it hit the knob of the bat, whirled all the way up to Moore at first base.
The call on the field is hit by pitch.
Oh.
Seattle challenging the call.
Okay. Now we got the umpire to really take a look at it in Manhattan, Brian.
Yeah, well, I swear I thought I saw Trip Gibson put his hand up to say that play he was out. But situation 2, we had this with Dylan Moore just the other day where the ball bounced off the knob of the bat. Cal Raleigh came in to score and worked in our favor when the ball was overturned. But, man, it looked like this was off the knob of the bat and the hand. So if your hand's hanging out over the knob of the bat.
Look at this. The fans are looking at the replay on the Mariners' vision. High above the bleachers in center field, they see it's off the knob of the bat. Yeah, his bottom hand got pinched a little bit, but it hit the knob.
Right.
Otherwise, if he gets hit square, that ball isn't rolling up to the first base bag.
100%. That has to get wood. Yeah, hit some of the wood on that bat in order for that to roll that far. But we'll see. Hopefully they can overturn it right here. But
right now it's hit by pitch on the field. Here we go.
After review, the call on this field is confirmed. The batter was hit by the pitch.
Oh.
Seattle will lose their count.
So he gets hit on the hand. The ball rolls 90 feet up the first base line. Wow. That got more the knob of the bat than pinching the bottom of the hand of Curtis Mead, hit by a pitch. So instead of out number 3, the White Sox have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Sosa is now on at third, Montgomery on at second, Mead on at first base. And time is called. Pitching coach Pete Woodworth out to the mound. Have a talk with Bizzardo. Due up is Edgar Cuero, the catcher.
Yeah, Curtis Mead too. He sold that really well. Going to give it to him. Yeah, the reaction straight away. But man, you felt like he got both the knob and the hand. But again, the hand's hanging out over the knob.
Well, my other question was he swinging? And even if he's hit, it's a swing. So the bases are loaded, 2 outs. Here's Cuero, the set by Bizzardo. And the young right-hander's pitch on the way, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. This kid is going to have to navigate a very strange top of the 10th inning, Ryan.
And the other part of this is, too, look, you just had that layoff, you just had that emotional play just then, so this is a situation where you have to quickly, with loaded bases, get right back in the strike zone.
Now the stretch. And the 0-1 on the way to Cuero, swinging a pop-up out of play on the third base side. So Bizzardo coming right after Cuero. The count right away, 0-2.
Good fastball right there. Inner half of the plate. A little too soon. It runs back out over the inside corner.
Bizzardo back on top of the hill. Ice water in his veins. Go ahead run on the third is Sosa. Runners behind him. The 0-2 on the way, and it's low and inside. He gets on by Garver. Here comes Sosa on to score from third, and the White Sox have the lead by a score of 3-2. Everybody moving up 90 feet. The pitch was inside, and Garver reaching in. It hit off the tip of his glove and got behind him.
Yeah, that's a tough play to get your glove to. You can see Mitch Garver set up down and away.
So the White Sox have the lead 3-2. Runners on at second and third. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Cuero. Swinging a foul out of play in the third base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right, just get the third out right here, because now when you come up in the bottom of the 10th inning, you're going to have the tying run on at second base. So get Cuero right here to wrap up the inning. Go ahead run has come in. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cuero. White Sox pick up a run without a hit here in the top of the 10th inning. They lead it 3-2. Now the set by Bizzardo. And Edwards, 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. Up with the ball is Polanco. He's got it. The soft toss to first in time to get Cuero. That's going to retire the side. Sox get a run to take the lead. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Home Street Bank score. White Sox 3 and the Mariners 2.
Grit, drive,
Next level? With Home Street Bank's flexible business banking solutions and high-touch relationships, you can swing for the fences with confidence. Learn more at homestreet.com/home run. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Well, here we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The White Sox have the lead by a score of 3-2 on a wild pitch. That's how the Sox get that run in the top of the 10th inning. But the Mariners will start off with a runner in at second. The ghost runner at second is going to be Randy Arozarena. We have a defensive change for the White Sox. Josh Rojas, the former Mariner, takes over at third base. So here we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Randy on at second. And Miles Mastrobuoni hitting in Cal Raleigh's spot is the DH. Will lead things off here in the bottom of the 10th. Randy Goodspeed on at second. What a game this afternoon. Mariners looking for a sweep. They need 2 runs here in the bottom of the 10th to do that. They've got to score at least 1. Shadows of the upper deck creeping out to home plate right now. Here's the set by Gilbert. The left-hander still out there. Checks the runner, Randy. Here's the pitch on the way. Mastrobuoni turns the bunt, and he takes the pitch low and outside for ball 1. Mariners have been here many times before. This is their 18th extra inning game this year. Kind of taxes your bullpen a wee bit. And now time is called. The home plate umpire, Marvin Hudson, is looking out toward center field. There's a guy above the center field fence. And he's got to get out of the way. Here's the look in by Gilbert. And the 1-0 pitch. Mastrobuoni turns a bunt and fouls it away behind the plate. And the count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mastrobuoni trying to get Randy over to third. Julio Rodriguez due up next. You got some firepower coming up. The look in by Gilbert. Corners are close. Here's the stretch. Mastrobuoni turns the bunt and he lays it down on the third base side. Up at the ball is Rojas. The throw to first is high. He throws it away. Here comes Randy on the score. Heading for second is Mastrobuoni. The ball is finally picked up by the second baseman, Sosa. Holy smokes, what a break. And the Mariners have tied it at 3-3. Josh Rojas just in the ballgame for defense. Fielded the bunt, threw it high over the head of Curtis Meade at first down the right field side. Randy scores easily. We've got a 3-3 tie, and now Mastrobuoni represents the winning run of the ball game on its second base. Wow.
Wow, how about that? I mean, just sailed that throw, had plenty of time to make the throw. And by the way, Miles Mastrobuoni, good job going back and touching first base as well, by the way. He went back to touch the bag before he went to second. They've missed the bag right there.
And we got a pitching change coming up for the White Sox. Runner at second, the winning run, Mastrobuoni. Pitching change for Chicago. Don't you go away. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hall of Fame weekend is on deck at T-Mobile Park. Don't miss Ichiro Jersey Night, Friday, August 8th, presented by Sato. His number retirement ceremony Saturday, August 9th, and replica plaque day Sunday, August 10th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro.
We are tied at 3-3 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Miles Mastrobuoni on its second base, safe on the sacrifice and the throwing error by Rojas. Represents the winning run of the ball game. We got a new pitcher, Steven Wilson, on a relief for Chicago. Julio up at home plate to win it. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way to Julio. Swing and a foul back, and he wanted to win it with that swing, Brian.
Yeah, he did. He was hitting on that sweeper. A good reason why. Steven Wilson will throw that pitch around 60% of the time. Nothing really jumps off the page here in regards to stuff. Fastball's in that low 90s. It's a good matchup for Julio Rodriguez.
Just the base hit wins it with Miles' speed on its second. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way to Julio, and it's low and inside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. What a break for the Mariners. Randy Arozarena scoring easily. He was the free runner on at second when Mastrobuoni laid down that bunt on the third base side. Rojas got to it just in there at third base, threw it away. Past the first baseman Meade. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 on the way to Julio, and it's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Mariners looking for another walk-off win. They have 7 this year. They just had number 7 on Friday night against Texas on the walk-off home run by J.P. Crawford. Wilson looks in. The stretch, checks the runner, and now the right-hander's 2-1 pitch on the way to Julio, swinging a ground ball, third base line. It's going to be a foul ball, backhanded by Rojas into foul territory. And the count is even on Julio at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So basically, the Mariners have 3 chances to win it right here with a base hit. Nobody out. Mastrobuoni on at second, representing the winning run of the game. The shadows of the upper deck creeping closer out right behind the home plate circle. Julio steps back in with a count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Steven Wilson looks in, has the sign. Here's the set. Game on the line, and the right-handers 2-2 on the way to Julio, and here she comes. Swing and a high pop-up. Shallow center field, not going anywhere. Going back, Montgomery, the shortstop, calling for it, but he gives way to Sosa, and it's Sosa who makes the catch. And there's 1 away for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 10th. You just need a base hit.
Right. Find some outfield grass. Julio just missing that pitch. That was a good pitch he could handle. Sweep it out over the plate.
And now here's Dylan Moore with a chance to win it. Here's Dylan, the set by Wilson, a look back. And Mastrobuoni, there he goes to third. Pitch on the way, a ball to throw to third base, not in time. Safe at third is Mastrobuoni with a huge steal. You better believe that was a money bag. Miles Mastrobuoni with a walking lead, shoots toward third, head first slide, he's safe. Cuero had to go for the pitch, make a sidearm throw down to Rojas at third, and Miles gets in there. Wow.
And the Mariners strike again with the stolen base. That was huge. You can see him just walking off.
Now the infield up close for a play at the wet plate. Winning run 90 feet away. Here's the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Dillon. Swinging a foul ball out of play down the right field side, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hard ground ball gets through, wins it. Healthy fly ball wins it. The outfielders are up close. Benintendi, Robert, and Taylor. And a clean base hit wins it. And also a wild pitch or a pass ball. Winning run on a third, 3-3 tie, bottom of the 10th. The stretch by Wilson. And the 1-1 on the way to Moore, and it's outside. A snap throw to third, and back in time standing up, Mastrobuoni. 2-1 on Dillon. Moore back up there. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park. Looking for another walk-off win. Mariners looking for a sweep of the series. Now the stretch by Wilson. And the right-hander's 2-1 pitch. On the way to Moore, here she comes. Check swing, it's a strike. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes right at the knees. It was in there, 2-2.
And you see Dylan Moore turn around asking the umpire, would that have been called a strike? He said yes. That was a pitch he could handle, just a little hesitant, a little timid right now. The way he's swinging it, couldn't pull the trigger.
Now the stretch. And the 2-2 on the way to Dillon. It's a breaking ball low and outside for ball 3, 3-2. Moore looking for a pitch up in the strike zone. You got to get the ball in the air deep enough to score the winning run. The outfielders, as we mentioned, are up close. Moore trying to slow the game down. Dillon up there, he's ready. So is Wilson. So is Mastrobuoni. The winning run on at third. Here's the set. And the right-hander's 3-2 pitch on the way to Dillon. Breaking ball, strike 3 called on the outside corner, and the Mariners have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th inning.
And got a couple good pitches to handle that sweeper inside the strike zone. But again, with Dillon, I think he's just second-guessing at the moment a little bit with his swing, with everything that's going on, and just simply could not pull the trigger on a couple pitches he could handle.
So here we go. 2 outs, winning run at a third, all tied at 3, and here's Gino. Hey, Eugenio Suarez, a chance to win it. Pitch on the way, swing and a high pop-up into left field. Coming in is Benintendi. He is there and will make the catch, and we are going to go to the 11th inning. Mariners had a super chance to win this ball game. We're going to go to the 11th. Home Street Bank scored. The Mariners 3 and the White Sox 3.
Looking to take your business to the next level? With Home Street Bank's flexible business banking solutions and high-touch relationships, you can swing for the fences with confidence. Learn more at homestreet.com/home run. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
And welcome back to T-Mobile Park, where we go to the top half of the 11th inning, still tied. It's the Mariners 3 and the White Sox 3, each team getting a run without a hit in that 10th inning. Mariners had a golden opportunity to win it and could not come up with that clutch base hit, but they still have a chance. Here we go to the 11th, and Jackson Kowar takes over in relief, Ryan.
Yeah, a chance for him. Again, this is a big inning for him, but a big chance here coming back up from AAA, pitching here in the 11th inning.
There's Kyle Teal, batting in Baldwin's spot in the order. Pitch on the way to Teal, left-handed hitter. It's outside for ball one. The free runner at second is Cuero, the catcher. That's Amaya. Got a pinch runner, Amaya, on at second base. So change there for the White Sox. Here's the stretch on the pitch to Teal. And it's outside for ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Once again, you got to get that first out without advancing the runner. Amaya on at second. The look in by Kowar. The 2-0 pitch, swinging a foul back by Teal. Now goes to 2-1. Teal, the catcher, started the first 2 games of the series. Couple of home runs on the year, 10 runs batted in. Started the year at AAA Charlotte at .295, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Kowar looked back, and the 2-1 is on the way to Teal, swinging a foul behind home plate, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You're listening to the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Extra innings for the 18th time this year for the Mariners. They have played some mighty close ball games along the way. Now the look in by Kowar, and the right-handers 2-2 on the way to Teal. Swinging a fly ball into left field. Randy Goff to his right toward the line. He is there to make the catch. Gets a throw in a hurry, and Amaya has to stay at second base. So that's a big first out for Jackson Kowar.
And again, Rick, we get that first out here in the extra innings, keeping that ghost runner at second base. Again, if you're the home team, if you can put up a 0 at the top of the inning, your chances go through the roof to take care of these games in extra innings.
And here's Michael A. Taylor. Kowar, big right-hander, former Royal, coming back from Tommy John surgery. Look in by Jackson. And the pitch on the way to Taylor, swinging a foul out of play in the first base side into the upper deck. Off to our right, 0-1. A little bit later on tonight, the Seahawks are playing their first exhibition game across the street in Lumen Field. They're taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Pete Carroll back in Seattle with his new ball club. Kowar looked back at second, and Amaya. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did. The appeal down to the first base umpire. And the count is 0-2 on Taylor. So Jackson Kowar trying to get this game to the bottom of the 11th inning, still tied at 3. 1 on and 1 away. The stretch and the 0-2. On the way to Taylor, swinging a foul out of play in the first base side. Good fastball at 99 miles an hour from Kowar.
Bury that slider right here. Big out. Michael A. Taylor with 2 home runs the last couple of days. Doing it really well.
Don't make a mistake. See Phil Chase. Kowar looks in, checks the runner, and the 0-2. Swinging a pop up into shallow right field. Going back, Dylan Moore, foul territory. He's there, and he's got it. And holding it second is Amaya, the throwback into the infield. Nice play by Dylan Moore, going back to his left, and there's 2 outs for the White Sox here in the top half of the 11th inning. And the free runner is still right there at second base. Good play by Dylan. Here's Mike Talkman. Talkman hitless on the day, 0 for 4 in 5 plate appearances, also walked in the third. Moore got to that ball and got the throw in a hurry. The stretch by Kowar. And the pitch to Talkman. Check swing, a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Just tickle the outside corner. On the seam of the baseball on the edge. Kowar ready from the stretch. And the big right-hander's 0-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Julio Rodriguez is right there, comes in a step, and he makes the catch, and we're going to go to the bottom of inning number 11, still tied. What a job by Jackson Kowar. We head to the bottom of the 11th, our Home Street Bank score. It is still the Mariners 3, the White Sox 3.
Chevy Trucks have you covered.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
On deck at T-Mobile Park. Don't miss Ichiro Jersey Night, Friday, August 8th, presented by Sato. His number retirement ceremony Saturday, August 9th, and replica plaque day Sunday, August 10th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Ichiro.
Well, here we go to the bottom of inning number 11. The Mariners and the White Sox all tied at 3-3, and the White Sox have a new pitcher, left-hander Brandon Eisert, will take over in relief. And Colson Montgomery goes over from short to third. Amaya is now playing shortstop. The free runner is Suarez on at second base, the winning run. Here's Jorge Polanco with a chance to win it, swinging a pop-up out of play in the first base side, and the count is 0-1, all tied at 3-3. Eisert worked an inning and a third in last night's game. Both managers have gone to the bullpen a lot, and that figures when you play 11 innings.
God, and you have that feeling in the dugout right now. Everyone's pressing a little bit, trying to do a little bit too much.
Here's the pitch to Jorge, way up top, high for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a base hit wins it.
Right, and that's what makes it so tough, right, Rick? I mean, you press a little bit, both teams. Just trying to find some outfield grass right now.
Suarez the lead. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Polanco, and the count is now 1-2 to changeup. Down and away. Polanco calls time, and he walks away from home plate, batting from the right side. Mitch Garver due up next, followed by Dom Canzone. So the Mariners still with another opportunity to have a walk-off win. They had a golden opportunity in the 10th. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Polanco for strike 3. Went after that changeup again, down and away, 1 out. So 1 away with 1 on. And that'll bring up Mitch Garver. Garver 1 for 4 on the afternoon, and they're going to walk him.
I walked Mitch Garver to get to Dom Canzone, that left on left. We've been talking about this the last couple of days, Rick, the fact that Dominic Canzone has had the opportunity to face some of these lefties. Yeah. Obviously, there's really nowhere to pinch hit him with the whole bench is empty. Still a big opportunity for him right here. Get that base hit.
Reichert faced him last night. Runners get their leads. Here's the pitch to Dom. Swing and a miss. 0-1. First and second, 1 out, winning run. Suarez on at second base. Dom looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. The Ohio State Buckeye. Here's the stretch and the 0-1 pitch way outside for ball 1. Almost got away from Teal. New catcher. Runners their leads. Mariners 3 runs, just 5 hits today. White Sox 3 runs on 7. Now the stretch and the 1-1 pitch way outside again. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Fastball misses down and away. So Iser trying to keep everything away, and Dom can shoot the ball the other way.
Absolutely, just eliminate that inner half of the plate. Look out, lean a little bit into that pitch.
Here's the stretch and the next offer on the way. Swinging a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Here comes Suarez rounding third. The throw to the plate by Taylor. The slide, the tag, safe at home. Suarez, a walk-off base hit for Dom Canzone. The Mariners win it 4-3. A walk-off single for Canzone. He's being mobbed out there at first base for the Mariners. Their second walk-off win on this homestand. J.P. Crawford, a walk-off 2-run home run on Friday against Texas. And the Mariners win it in 11 this afternoon, 4-3 over the Chicago White Sox. What a fantastic finish. Holy smokes, what a ball game. The Mariners over the White Sox, 4-3 and 12. And Ryan, Dom Canzone just slowed it down and got a base hit, punched it through the right side.
Yeah, and didn't try and do a whole lot. Got a little breaking ball out over the plate. And just pound that outfield grass. We're talking about eliminating that anything hard, like in regards to a fastball in the middle in. Just got the hands out, base hit. That's all she wrote. The Mariners finally got on one of these opportunities late in the game.
How sweep it is. The Mariners sweep aside the Chicago White Sox in the 3-game series. It took 11 innings this afternoon, but they got it done. They sweep Chicago and now get ready for Tampa Bay. What a finish. Mariners win it in 11, 4-3 over the Chicago White Sox. And right now, the Mariners just a game and a half behind the Astros in the American League West. What a ball game. Mariners 4, White Sox 3-11. We'll be back with the happy totals and a whole lot more after this timeout.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
What if Alaska Air could take you further, like all the way to Asia?
Swing and a hit. This ball's flying out of the park, folks.
Now that Hawaiian has joined Alaska, there's even more of the globe you can explore. Now you can fly nonstop from Seattle to Tokyo and Seoul. So start booking some vacation days and fly from our home field to the world. Book now at alaskaair.com.
ESPN senior MLB insider Jeff Bassett.
There are very few players more valuable.
Every Tuesday morning at 8:30 with Brock and Salk.
I think Cal Raleigh is to the Seattle Mariners.
Brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers.
Are you ready to hit a home run with your shopping? Well, look no further than the Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards Program. It's your ticket to win big while you shop. Here's how it works. For every $1 you spend on participating products like Hempler's Bacon and Sun Cruiser, you earn Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards points. Redeem your points all season long for game tickets, T-Mobile Park Concert Series tickets, exclusive merch, and more. Accumulate and redeem these Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards points from April 23rd, 2025 through October 1st, 2025. Participating products are identified with Mariners-themed signs and tags throughout the store. Terms and conditions apply.
At Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, experience the power of choice. Whether you're cruising in a fuel-sipping Prius, tackling trails in a rugged Tacoma, hauling with the mighty Tundra, or commuting in comfort with the Camry or RAV4, your perfect Toyota is waiting. Whether you're in the north or the south, they've got you covered. 2 locations, endless possibilities. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, the power of choice is yours. Visit their incredible team and beautiful showrooms today or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
Well, it took 11 innings, but the Mariners got the win 4-3 over the Chicago White Sox to complete a 3-game series sweep over Chicago. Welcome back to T-Mobile Park, everybody. Rick Riz along with Ryan Roland Smith, producer engineer Kevin Kremen, Shannon Dreyer on the pregame show, the postgame show. Brian, they just outlasted the White Sox. Yeah. They got the tying run in the 10th and the winning run in the 11th on the base hit by Dom.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and that's to share this field with them. It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Getting quality top-tier gas for less. So be a team player to your wallet and pay less like a pro. Now that's one for the highlight reel. It's time to enjoy your winning streak at the park and the pump. Take the win with quality top-tier gas for less at Arco. Savings based on independent retail price survey.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 7 for Brian Wu.
Home. Home is where you get to cook things up just the way you like.
Swing and a miss.
Where you're never afraid to get in the kitchen.
He got him. A huge strikeout from Logan Gilbert. His 7th tonight.
Where you serve, carve, put some extra mustard on it.
There's the fist pump by Luis Castillo. Strikeout number 10 on the night.
And get a little spicy.
Set a heater at 100. Back-to-back strikeouts for Andres Munoz.
Now you're cooking with gas. Mariners baseball at T-Mobile Park. Welcome home.
Don't miss 2 epic giveaways during Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend. The fun starts tomorrow with Ichiro Jersey Night at 6:40. The first 20,000 fans will score a 2004 jersey thanks to Sato. Then it's Replica Plaque Day Sunday at 1:10 when the first 20,000 fans head home with a Hall of Fame collectible. Tickets at Mariners.com.
What's better than a zero-turn mower? 0% financing for up to 60 months on your entire purchase. Rick Riz here for Steel, the preferred handheld outdoor power equipment provider of the Seattle Mariners. Take advantage of Steel's 0% financing and up to $1,000 in instant rebates on select zero-turn mowers. Get a comfortable ride and a perfect cut with Steel's American-made mowers. Start easier, work smarter, and finish faster with Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steeldealers.com.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Seattle Red on 770 and Seattle Sports on 710.
And welcome back to T-Mobile Park. We had a magical finish with a walk-off single by Dom Canzone in the bottom of the 11th inning, scoring Eugenio Suarez with a winning run from second base. Mariners sweeping aside the White Sox. They win it by a score of 4-3. And, Ryan, early in the ball game, we saw Josh Naylor had to come out of the game. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully he's okay. He took a big swing in the second. You could see something was a little bit different, and in the third inning as well when he grounded out to second base. Hopefully he was all right.
Yeah, I mean, man, holding your collective breath in the stadium until we get news on what was really going on. But, we were talking in the break. You just hope it's not one of these ones that, pushes you into a situation where you can't really do anything. I hate to say it, but oblique, knock on wood, with that, or something to do with their shoulder or something where, from that big swing, because he does get his A swing off a lot where he's just letting it eat. But, man, that would be a huge blow to this offense. But, yeah, we're hoping to hear some good news.
Yeah, keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully Josh is all right. He's been so exciting to watch the last few weeks since he joined the ball club. Randy Rosarena, how about Randy? Yeah. His 23rd home run of the season, Ryan. That matches his career high. He had 23 back in 2023, and he's going to surpass that. This is going to be his best year in the big leagues.
Yeah, it really is, especially, too, on some of the power numbers, which – yeah, we were seeing plenty. If you go back to the first part of the season, a lot of hard hit contact. It was getting unlucky, but wasn't really launching balls into the seats.
Right.
There's plenty of line drive. There's also a lot of swing and miss at the top of the strike zone with fastballs as well. And I think that kind of kept him